Geauga Local Access Cable Corporation, in cooperation with the Chardon High School Booster Club, presents Chardon Hilltopper Football. Tonight's cablecast of the Ohio High School Athletic Association football tournament is presented by the Cleveland Clinic. Tonight's game features the Comets from Solon and the Hilltoppers from Chardon High School. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc., 17039 Rapids Road, Burton, 44021. Good luck, Hilltoppers. Boswick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. By Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111. Since 1916, building the American dream. By Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. By Friedaball Well Drilling Company, 1-800-582-5479 for water and gas wells, pumping systems, and water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, Commercial, Industrial, Residential, General Excavating, Roadwork, Demolition, and Sewers. By Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth, Inc., Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6 east of the Square. By A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880, industrial and commercial experts. By Sitco, manufacturer of precision diamond and CBN tooling. By Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. By Quality Auto Group, Buick, Olds, Pontiac, GMC Truck. Our name says it all, Route 6 east of the Square. By Lawson Ford & Mercury, largest Ford & Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, and leasing. Ken's Transport Incorporated, bulk haulers, 17444 Gar Highway, Montville. Go Hilltoppers. And by GTV. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. By Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters, 415 Water Street, Chardon, 286-1041 or 15711 West High Street, Middlefield, 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. By Connecticut, where the world turns for water. Innovative drinking water systems, non-electric water conditioners and filters for improving your water. Call 1-800-554-9673. By Chuck Old Chevrolet Geo Pontiac. You'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of Chardon Square on Route 6. Give them a call, 286-9000. By the Chardon Eagles, Geauga Erie 2261 at 317 Water Street, Chardon. Go Hilltoppers. Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler Dodge Eagle, dependability since 1931, 286-6161. By Newman, Leary & Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law, 214 East Park Street, Chardon, 286-9549. And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Chardon Hilltopper Football. I'm Craig Dees, joined as always by John Walsh. Tonight, we're at Finney Stadium at Baldwin-Wallace College as the Chardon Hilltoppers take on the Solon Comets. And you can see by the looks of the apparel tonight, the weather is cold, but the good news is, John, it's not going to snow, and the field is in relatively decent shape.
I don't know about the guarantee of not snowing, but the field is in good shape. As you can see on the sidelines there, you see the piles of ice. They scraped this away earlier to make this field playable, and it's in fairly good shape. We should have a good ball game.
There still is some icy spots in the field, and the field is rock hard. When these guys go down tonight, it's going to feel like they're falling on top of some concrete. But let's get to the game at hand. The Chardon Hilltoppers came off a tough win last week against Willoughby South, and they're geared up for this rematch against the only team that's beaten them this year, the Solon Comets.
Yeah, revenge is a factor, as well as the fact that they don't feel the Comets beat them. They feel like they beat themselves with turnovers, 4 of them in the game, and just not playing up to the level they can. Hopefully they worked at that in practice, and we'll turn it around tonight.
And one of the keys for Solon tonight is Terrence Brown. He's a fine tailback, 26 total touchdowns on the year. They also have to watch out for this guy on special teams because he's got that capability.
Well, him and Carter, number 2. Number 1, number 2, I don't know if that equates to their speed, but both of them are just flat-out burners. Terrence Brown is definitely a Division I back, and that's something that the defense of Chardon will have to be concerned with tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to a good ball game. We'll step aside. We'll go upstairs. We'll have tonight's opening kickoff. We'll do that next. You're watching Chardon Hilltopper Football on GTV. And welcome back to Finney Stadium at Baldwin-Wallace. The Solon Comets set to kick off to the Chardon Hilltoppers. Solon won the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half, so Chardon wants the football to get things going. Temperatures right now are in the mid to high 20s. We're expecting them to get down into the teens before the game is all said and done, and we're just about ready to kick off here. Todd Bradley set to kick off for Solon. Eric Montgomery goes back deep along with Scott Makar. Oh, actually, it looks like Zach Braces is back there for Chardon. And we are underway. It is tournament playoff football as Braces takes it at the 14. Tries to go the far side around the 20. Stays on his feet to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Hilltoppers take over. First down and 10. The big guys up front, we're expected to see Jenkins, Landis, Neal, Hardesty, Benvenuto up front. To see who comes in at tight end, either Kevin Platts or Nick Goshi. The wideouts, Eric McBride. You also see Will Andler, Mike Marks, Gary Renner, and Eric Montgomery, the running backs. Scott Braces is the wingback, and the quarterback is Brett Weidig. And he brings the troops up to the line of scrimmage. So Zach Braces is in the backfield, and that is Montgomery in motion. Weidig going to keep it. Tries to come to the near side, and he is knocked down for a loss of maybe a half a yard. Coming up to make the play was Terrence Brown, the Solon Comet defense. Stuart Leva, Jack Eva, Chris Wiggins, and Todd Kranick up front. David Civic, Derek Adams, and Matt Anderson are the linebackers. The DBs are good ones. Joe Edwards, Grant Carter, Terrence Brown, and Mike Sirk. One of the few guys that I've ever seen that does not have a vowel in their last name, spelled S-R-P. So Montgomery is the slot. Renner is the deep back in the I formation, and now they run Braces also as a wing. Second down and 10. Braces goes in motion. Whitey going to keep it on the option. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a yard or two. Matt Anderson came up to make the play for Solon.
Yeah, this is kind of a little different opening for Chardon here. Normally they try to establish Renner real early. Here they're not using them as much, going to the outside stuff, and Solon's not falling for it at all. They're flowing outside, taking away, and just stringing the plays out for very little gain so far. Now we're here in a 3rd and, say, 8 situation.
Eric McBride to the near side. Again, it's Montgomery as the wingback. He goes in motion. And up the gut they go, and it's Braces. And Zach's got big yardage across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and that's a first down. Once again, the sleight of hand of Brett Weidig, I think, made that play happen.
Yeah, very much so. That was just good ball handling, good faking ability on that one. Zach cut through the line, got about to the first down marker, was hit, stood frozen for just a hair from the initial hit, and then just reeled off another 6-8 yards out of it.
The ball is at the 41-yard line. That's a first down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Goshi is now tight at right end. Again, Braces goes in motion. And they give the ball to Renner, and Gary comes across the 45 to the 46-yard line, so nice gain of 5 on the last play.
I'll tell you could see from that one, their initial opening. Watch how the players flow towards the outside there. They're kind of ignoring Renner, but Renner has it. As you can see, they're not closing in on him like they normally do, so maybe that initial opening of going to the outside will open up Renner in the middle, because like we were talking about last week, Chardon is definitely a team that sets the tone off the fullback, and they like to get him established. This week they went just the opposite. They're moving the ball quite well right now.
Second down and 5. Scott Makar in at one of the wideouts now. Weidig to throw, tosses it intended for Braces, and over the head of Zach Braces at the 50-yard line. He would have been able to probably get a first down if he'd been able to reel that one in, and that brings up a third down. 9:19 to go here in the opening quarter. There is no score.
As you can see, Braces was wide open. He slid out of the backfield. Nobody picked him up. They had a receiver out wide going deep, drawing the quarterback back with him. Braces kind of slipped out into the little flats area there, was wide open, but they couldn't make the connection on the initial pass for Chardon.
So a third down and 5. Kevin Platts now into the ball game. He's a wide out to the near side. Goshi is now the wing on the far side. And Weidig hands the ball to Braces, tries to turn a corner and does, and gets the first down as he's into Comet territory all the way down to the 48-yard line. Got a yard more than needed, and that's a first down for the Toppers.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they got Jared Honigman, came in at number 77, came in at the guard position there, pulled out, did a fine job of blocking. He did lead blocking, really kind of stood the guy up because the guy turned his back on him, so he was outside of the neutral zone area there where he couldn't hit him from behind, but he just kind of kept his body in there, screened him off so he couldn't get to the ball carrier, allowing Zach to go around the corner and get that first down.
So first down and 10. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. And straight up the gut they go for not much. Renner tried to go up through the middle. Chris Wiggins on the tackle for Solon. Also on the play was Jack Eva.
I tell you, they are running a good play selection here. It's an excellent mix, kind of keeping the Comets back in their heels a little bit, not knowing exactly where they're going. Normally you can expect from the onset of a game, you're going to see Renner, then maybe Brazos, Renner, then maybe Montgomery. This time they're just mixing it all up. You can see Comets are a little bit confused out there, trying to read exactly what they are trying to establish.
Double tight ends for Chardon as Zach Brazos goes in motion. And Whitey going to keep it and didn't get much. Got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Mike Serp came up to make the play for Solon.
Yeah, it was a good job by Serp on that one coming up. As you can see, though, Renner had the ball. He took 4 of the Comets with him. So they are sucking in on the inside thing. That is going to open up the big, maybe a quick counterback motion to the other side. Because the way they're pursuing after the flow outside man, as well as tying up the middle there, that's going to open up the offside.
Loss of a yard, third down and 11. Whiting hands the ball to Brazos, who breaks the tackle. He's to the 30, he's to the 20, and dragged down from behind by Terrence Brown inside the 15-yard line near the 14. And again, that was one of those where nobody knew who had the ball, and it ended up being Zach Brazos who broke a tackle and picked up huge yardage.
I'll tell you, 99% of the ball players in Northeast Ohio would not have caught Zach Brazos on that one. Terrence Brown is one of the few that has that pure burning speed and was able to catch the quick Zach Brazos. But I'll tell you, that was an excellent play. Zach kept his feet. He was hit a couple times early, kept his feet moving, just slid off of them and just broke it in for a super big gain.
The ball is at the 14-yard line now. First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers on their initial drive of the ball game. And up the gut they go again as Brazos, and he might have got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the play. Jack Eva made the tackle for Solon.
I really think this initial play calling, it was a good game plan established here. I really think it has got Solon a bit confused where they don't really know where to go. You know, even though it's the same plays they've seen, it's just the mixture of calling these plays at this particular juncture is just to offset him a little bit. They're not expecting this sort of thing.
Second down and 10. Whiting hands the ball to Brazos, who tries to turn the corner and maybe picked up a yard or two as he's tossed out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Zach did a good time running that there. As you can see, somebody's going to knife in, grab him around the ankles. They're right there, and he breaks through that. Somehow gets around that corner. There really wasn't much room there, but he got a couple yards out of a play where really wasn't anything available to him.
So third down, 8 yards to go. They spot the football at, well, now they're moving the sticks back a little bit. They've got it at the 13, so that makes it a third down and 9.
I expect we're going to come to the left with something or other here.
Montgomery goes in motion. Whitey going to keep it. Looks, little toss pass, and he has a receiver who slips and falls. Renner fell down at the 11, and that is one of the icy spots on the field in warm-up tonight. Solon was doing their receiving drills down there and had a couple guys lose their footing right down at that 10-yard line, and Renner, you can almost see how shiny that turf is at that point too, John.
Yeah, that's one of those wet spots, and even though it's a carpet and all, you think that it's not going to be that slick or something. You're going to get the good traction. You are going to slip on the field when it happens here. We got Mackar going to try 3. That's why I was saying I was thinking they were going to run to the left to try to center the ball a little bit better for a better angle for Mackar for a 3-point if you don't happen to get the...
They spot the football at the 17-yard line, so a 27-yard attempt by Scott Mackar. Flags fly. The kick would have been good. But what do we got?
think somebody jumped just a hair early there because they blew the play dead immediately.
And if that's on Chardon, delay of game against the Hilltoppers, did not get the play off. And there is another one of those self-inflicted wounds that hurt them in their only loss of the season against Solon the first time. And they do it again. So now you wonder if you continue to go, now it would be a 32-yard attempt.
Yeah, but it's going to be for the first down. It's going to be a good, solid, long 11 yards. So I think they are going to try to kick it again.
And to give it a go. Actually, now they spot it down at the 28-yard line, or at the 18-yard line. We'll get this straight. It's at the 24-yard line. It's a 34-yard field goal. And the kick is wide to the right and a little bit short. So Chardon comes up empty after having the football for more than half of the first quarter. There's 5 minutes, 49 seconds to go, and Solon will get the football back, and that means the offensive unit comes out for the Comets. Rick Hughes, Mike Holmes, Brad Silverstein, Mike Junkin, and Mike Layton are the big guys up front. Devin Petronak, the tight end. The split end is Joe Edwards. The flanker is Grant Carter, and he's a good one, and he's a speedy one. The fullback is Dave Civic. He's only carried the football 59 times this year, but Terrence Brown is the tailback behind the quarterback, who's another good one. Mike McLaughlin is the quarterback. McLaughlin to throw on first down, looks underneath, and he finds Carter at the 25. Carter up to the 30, and he will dance out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And everybody trying to put the brakes on there. Todd Goodwin shoved him out of bounds, and he was well out of bounds when the contact was made. Surprised we didn't see a flag there.
Well, it really wasn't that hard a hit, though. You know, that's the thing. It wasn't malicious. It was more or less you couldn't get the brakes on. This is what they want to try to do, is get the ball to one of their speedsters there and just let them turn on, which is exactly what Carter did on that play.
First down and 10. Joe Edwards is split wide to the far side. Grant Carter to the near side. First down and 10 for the Comets. Civic, the fullback, plows for maybe a yard. The defensive unit for the Hilltoppers, Keith Jenkins, Kent Hardesty. Steve Taylor makes his return to the Hilltopper lineup. We'll also see Jared Honigman up there. Ken Fester at the other defensive end. The linebackers, Ryan DeWeese, Nick Goshi, who had a whale of a game last week against Willoughby South. Todd Goodwin is the other linebacker. Ryan Davis, who tonight will be wearing number 27 due to a very wet jersey due to a cooler spill. Ryan Beeler, Eric Montgomery, and Scott Mackar round out the backfield. Gain of 2 on the last play, 2nd and 8. And the ball is batted down by Goodwin. Boy, I think if Todd would have seen that quicker, Johnny might have picked it off.
I think this is just watching films. You see how Goodwin just kind of hanging there. What they're trying to do is get the ball in the hands of Grant Carter out there. Because in the initial Solon Chardon game, he didn't have any receptions whatsoever. So they're doing those quick little things where the corner's got to drop off to respect that speed so he doesn't burn them deep. And they're just dumping it and let him run with it from that point.
Third down, 8 yards to go for Solon. McLaughlin rolls, looks underneath, looks for Carter, and it's, well, I tell you, if Eric Montgomery again was looking to make the hit, if he'd have been bird dogging the football, he might have had an interception there.
I tell you, Montgomery was coming up to just lay one on Carter, though. Make him realize you don't pass in my territory. As he was coming up, you can see him lowering for the hit right there. He was playing the man rather than playing the ball on that. But Chardon held him here, which is good for the defense. They've been playing super
just
in playoffs.
Bowling into punt and a nice high kick. Fair catch called for and taken by Montgomery at the 26-yard line. And at the 4:55 mark here in the first quarter, we have no score as the Hilltoppers will start drive number 2. Craig Dees along with John Walsh. Our spotter tonight is Reg Evnikar.
I tell you this, the kicking game for Solon is absolutely outstanding. Wait till you see the leg on their place kicker and stuff. He kicked an extra point that looked like it could have been a 55-yard field goal in the first game. And Anderson has just got a mighty powerful and, as I understand it, a very accurate leg as well.
Well, we're hoping, if you're a Hilltopper fan, that we won't see him.
Yes, definitely so.
First down and 10 now for the Toppers. Goshi is in at one tight end on the far side. Zach Braces goes in motion. They give it to Renner, and Renner goes right side and is stood up after a gain of about a yard or so up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you, they're really stacking that line. The deepest man, they had the double safety, free safety, and strong safety were about 6 to 7 yards deep. Where routinely they'll be back around 10 yards or so. They're bunching it up, putting all those men in the box, though again, it is a couple of their speedsters that they have up playing that closer. I'm sure they can run his back as fast as they can run up.
2nd down and 9 now for the Hilltoppers. Scott Mackar into the game. He is a wide out to the far side. Whiting going to throw on 2nd down. Steps up, lets it crank. Looking downfield for Platts, and the ball is intercepted. The ball is intercepted for Solon by Matt Englander all the way back at the almost the 40-yard line.
Yeah, here you can see Whiting fading back, bootlegging it a little bit and firing it. He just didn't get enough on that ball where it was able to be intercepted there. He had the man open behind him there. But I'll tell you, Solon adjusted their defense that time. I think the play was sent in because of the way they put pretty much all 11 guys in the box there in the area between the ends. They saw that, sent in a pass play. They dropped back in coverage, went to conventional 2 deep. They were about 10, 12 yards deep. Were able to cover it well.
That's Carter going in motion. They pitch the ball to Terrence Brown. He tries to string it out, and he will be knocked down. He did well to get back to the line of scrimmage and actually pick up a yard before he was knocked down by Ryan Davis.
So you saw a little slippy. They had him sealed real good. As you can see, Goodwin out here having it sealed, but then he lost his footing, got screened out a little bit, and he was just able to get a little bit of that corner to get that 1 yard where, like you said, it could have been a 2 to 3 yard loss. They strung it out real nice on him.
Gain of a yard on the play. Brown did well to get back. He had 1,553 yards on 198 carries this season. 22 touchdowns on the ground. 2nd down and 9. And McLaughlin to throw. He looks downfield looking for Carter. Carter being guarded by Montgomery, who did not come up with it, and that was caught. Montgomery tried to swipe it away, and Carter somehow caught the football all the way down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was just pure concentration. Like you said, Montgomery tried to knock it away. He just missed. He was there. His coverage was excellent. He just missed time when he slapped away at the ball. Carter kept his concentration going, came up with it. Good defensive play. Unfortunately, he just missed the ball, and an excellent reception by Carter.
You know, I hate to belabor the point, but another play that if he was playing the ball and not the man, he might have been able to intercept that ball because it was a little underthrown. 1st down and 10. Ball outside the 20. Straight up the gut they go to the fullback, Civic, and he breaks tackles all the way down to the 11-yard line. And that'll be close to a 1st down.
Yeah, I think it might be, now the way they're marking it, I think it's going to be a little shy, about a short yard shy. But, yeah, they definitely got there. I'd take 9 yards in a play anytime as your opener in a 1st down.
They spot the football at the 12. They run wide outs, Bart Vaughter and Grant Carter to the far side. 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. There is no score. And they hand the ball to Civic, and he's got the 1st down as he puts the football near the 10-yard line. That was kind of strange because Civic took the football, and the tailback, Terrence Brown, just stood there, did not move from the line of scrimmage. That should be easily a 1st down as it's almost on the 10-yard line. And they're going to bring the sticks in, but from where I'm looking at here, I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like it's
by a yard maybe, no?
Yeah, I don't see where that's even worth the measurement unless we got that bad an angle, because the tip of the ball is laying just about on the yard marker, and it was a good 2 to almost a yard away from where they had the stakes on the sideline. So that should be a 1st down fairly easily. Maybe it is an angle.
Yep.
That's a heck of a lot closer than I thought it was.
So the football is spotted at the 10-yard line. That was closer, and you never want to take any chances.
I think it's just outside the 10, so theoretically they can still get another 1st down. It's not a 1st and goal situation.
They'd have to get inside the 1-foot line to do that. Again, Carter is now split to the wide side. McLaughlin under center. And it's Brown. And Brown is caught behind the line of scrimmage and dragged down to the ground. Steve Taylor on the tackle for Chardon. Wow, he came busting through for a 3-yard loss.
Ryan DeWeese shot in from his linebacker position and helped out on that tackle, laid it on it to drive him backwards. Yeah, that was a big play for Chardon. They need it now.
So a second down, and we'll call it a loss of 2. So second down and 12, down to a minute 35 to go here in the opening quarter. McLaughlin going to run the option, pitches it back to Brown, who turns the corner and has got some room. He's to the 5, and he is down inside the 2-yard line. That is not a first down. Chardon's pointing the other way like he may have coughed up the football, but I don't know about that.
I don't see any signal from the referee on that. I'll tell you, that was bad execution on Chardon. Nobody took the pitch man, and when you got Terrence Brown as your pitch man, you do not want to just ignore him totally there. If he did fumble, it was out of bounds, according to the replay there.
That may be another measurement. Have to see if that's a first down or how close it is to a first down, and then they may move the sticks in to spot the ball.
Yeah, well, they got to pull the chain gang in about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, I think what
right
they're
on the sideline there.
What they want to make sure they spot the football correctly in the middle of the field, so they're actually going to bring the sticks out to spot the ball, put it down and take it back, because when you're talking about a matter of inches and a first down is at stake also, you certainly want to be right. See him stretching it out, and he's going to be about the nose of the football shy. So that's exactly what they did. They were just bringing it out to spot it. So they need about that much, which is about a foot for the first down and about 2 feet for the touchdown.
Yeah, see if Chardon put an extra down lineman here going to their goal line defense. Yeah,
Chris Wiggins in the backfield now. It's a full house backfield for the Comets. McLaughlin gives it to Wiggins, who goes up and over and into the end zone for his 6th touchdown of the season. Chris Wiggins from 1 yard out.
Yeah, you can see the whole Solon line just submarining, knocking the Chardon, going down just above their knees to knock them off the ball a bit. Good penetration by the line there to just push them back a little bit, because when you only need a length of a football to get the score, you know, it's pretty easy. You don't have to knock the man 20 feet back into the end zone. All you have to do is knock him back a hair, allow your ball carrier to penetrate.
Todd Bradley in to attempt the point after, and the kick is good. So at the 1:23 mark, Solon has drawn first blood. They lead the Chardon Hilltoppers by a score of 7-0. Just a reminder that Geauga Local Access Cable Corporation is a newly formed corporation funded by communities in northern Geauga County to expand local cable television community programming opportunities for those communities. Based on present funding, programming is being planned for the Berkshire, Cardinal, and Chardon school districts, and for the communities of Burton Township, Burton Village, Chardon Township, Chardon Village, Hamden Township, and Middlefield Village. Tonight's game, however, is not being funded by subscriber franchise fees. Tonight's local individuals and businesses throughout the areas are bringing you this special presentation. So if you have a chance, please drop them a line, give them a call. Just tell them how much you appreciate seeing Chardon Hilltopper football playoff style right here on GTV. So it's very important that you do get a hold of all these people that we'll be mentioning throughout the night, people including Troy Innovative Instruments. And as a matter of fact, if you want to drop us a line, you can do that on Prodigy, and there you see the address, JVKS32A at prodigy.com, and there's our address in Chardon at the post office box. We've been able to get some mail over the last couple weeks. Kind of nice from hearing from some folks. Just jot us a note and tell us what you think. So make sure you get a hold of these people, including Troy Innovative Instruments, Boswick's True Value Hardware, Security Federal Savings and Loan. Those are among the people bringing you the game this week, and the Toppers are going to get the football back as the bounce is taken by Braces at the 12. Kind of skids his way across the 30 and up to the 35-yard line. And that is where Chardon will take over. First down and 10. Todd Bradley, the kicker, came up to make the play for the Comets, and that'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, Solon is defensively a stripping team. Watch at the end here as you can see Braces going down. You see him reaching for that ball, trying to rip it out of there.
Yeah, Joe Edwards was the guy who was digging for that football.
Yeah, you got to be careful against them. That's some of the, like I said, the Hilltoppers had 4 turnovers last time. It's because Solon was stripping the ball from them, so I'm sure they've been practicing all week to hold tight under that ball.
1 minute, 15 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Montgomery goes in motion. Weidig to throw on a first down. He looks, nobody to go to, and he decides to keep it. Squirts across the 40 and rolls across the 45 to near the 47-yard line. That was quite an acrobatic play, and that should be good enough for another first down. Watch this again.
I'll tell you, that was a smart play by Whiting, too. Look at how he realizes. He was looking out there for Makar. Makar was covered, flat out covered. I saw him in his pass route out here. Whiting recognized it immediately, took it upfield, and got an excellent gain out of it. That was good recognition and not trying to force a pass in.
Jack Eva on the tackle, among others, for Solon. That's a first down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. The ball at the 46.5-yard line. And they hand the ball to Brazes, and Brazes got back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Making the play again was Jack Eva. Clogging things up in the middle, Jack Eva and Chris Wiggins, the two big guys in the middle of that defensive line.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to sit on Brazes a little bit as you see players flow on him. He has been a more active participant in this offense tonight. Normally, by this time, Renner would have twice as many carries as him. I think the leading carrier so far is Brazes.
Makar is now in as a wide out to the near side. Brazes goes in motion. Whiting looking to throw. Now looking to run. He's got the first down, and Morsey's across the 40, tucks it under. They are really covering well downfield, John, but they really have no coverage on the quarterback as soon as he takes off. That's two huge gains on excellent pass coverage by Solon.
I'll tell you one reason why they weren't paying attention. They had defensive end Stuart Liebert. Well, you couldn't see it as on the replay here. It happened afterwards, but Brazes was in motion out that way, stopped, and was blocking out as Whiting rolled around. He laid a block on Liebert that just flat out stood him up and froze him in place there.
We have played one quarter of football here at Finney Stadium at Baldwin-Wallace College. The Chardon Hilltoppers trail the Solon Comets by a score of 7-0. We begin quarter number 2. First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. They've got the football on the Solon 38-yard line. Montgomery goes in motion. Whiting to throw. Looking deep. Looking downfield and has a man in and out of the hands of Eric McBride. He had his man beat. He got Joe Edwards all turned around and almost came up with the football, and that would have been a huge gain.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was a little timing pattern. He wasn't turned around looking yet when Whiting aired the ball. He kind of was running, which is one of those nice pass plays that deceives the defender. He has no idea the ball's on his way, so he can't react, turn around and look for it. And I'll tell you, Whiting did put that ball in the money. Unfortunately, McBride just couldn't come up with it.
Makar now into the ball game as a wide out to the far side. Goshi is tight at right end. Second down and 10. We are just underway here in the second quarter. Chardon trying to get their second sustained drive of the night. And they give it to Renner. And Gary goes across the far side and picks up about 4 as he barrels his way down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's hard to say what they're going to come with here. I'll tell you, this is a good drive. This is a good answering drive. Right after Solon came in with that scoring drive, which also was an excellent drive. Chardon's offense just came back and just started moving the ball very methodically down the field. They got a good one going, but they got a very crucial third down play here, which I'm sure is pretty much 2-down territory, especially if they can gain another 3 or so on this particular play.
Chardon doesn't like what they see, and they take time out at the 11:19 mark. We should also tell you that other programs we're planning for the winter include school events featuring the students for Berkshire, Cardinal, and Chardon systems. And we hope you enjoyed the election results. That was last week. You may not have agreed with the election results, but I hope you liked them. We also plan on programming Channel 24 with news and information, public service announcements, video valentines, birthday greetings, and much, much more. This service is just for Northern Geauga County, and we certainly do welcome you aboard if this is the first time you've seen what is going on with GTV and the Geauga Local Access Cable Corporation. We're glad you could join us. If you have any programming suggestions, you can always give us a call. We'll give you the address and all that good stuff later on. There you see the score, 7-0. Solon, who defeated Chardon earlier this season on an error-filled game team by Chardon, but then again, good teams do take advantage of those errors, John, and Solon certainly did that night.
Oh, that's a whole thing. I mean, getting up to the playoff level of play, you got to have a combination of skill. There's no teams out here that don't have it. Plus, you got to have that little feature of luck. And if you couple both of those together, you got a shot at going all the way.
It's a 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Montgomery goes in motion. Again, Weidig going to keep it, and he goes on across the far side inside the 25 to near the 24-yard line. Another nice run by Brett Weidig, and that'll be another 1st down.
I tell you, Solon was keying on the middle there. You look, Weidig's not taken, the pitch man isn't taken. They just didn't defense that at all. It's not like it's a surprise that Chardon runs the option play. I'm a little surprised that both of them got out there and they had no defense at all and were able to cut it up. Weidig made the good choice. If they're going to give you the wide open run right to the 1st down stakes, take it. Why take the chance of pitching it?
1st down and 10 now for Chardon. The ball's at the 25-yard line. Weidig to throw, being chased, being hit, gets away from the first man and can't get away from the second man. He is covered on the play by Stuart Lever. The initial hit he was able to get away from, but Lever came and polished them off. Matt Anderson was the man who was there first.
Yeah, the blocking broke down a little bit on that right-hand side. It ended up being a huge loss. As you can see, he's just cutting right through. Somebody released just a hair early on Lever and allowed him to trail after. There was just nobody to pick him up. Whitey did a good job getting away from the first one.
Yeah, Matt Anderson from his strong side linebacker position came with a healthy blitz there. 2nd down, 21 yards to go. The ball all the way back now to the Solon 36-yard line as Montgomery goes in motion and Weidig to throw. A little dump pass, and that is incomplete. Pass was intended for Eric Montgomery. On the coverage was Joe Edwards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down now.
Yeah, that was a nice little play. I kind of liked it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to execute it properly. But rather than going for the full 19 or so they needed, or 21, I'm sorry, they went after just half of it or so to get themselves in reach to get the 1st down. That's good play calling, rather than try to go for the whole thing all at once.
Scott Mackar is now into the ball game. He is the wide out to the far side. 3rd down, 21. Montgomery in motion. Weidig to throw. Hit as he throws, kind of a wounded duck, and is caught. Zach Braces has it all the way down to the 1. That was another one of those plays where that could have been intercepted, but Dave Sibick could not come up with the play, and it went right into the hands of Zach Braces.
Yeah, again, that's good concentration on Braces' part. But like you said, that ball was underthrown a little bit. The defender actually did have a little bit better of an angle on it, but he wasn't able to come up with it. Braces kept his concentration intact, came up with the reception, turned it upfield, and got it down to inside the 1-yard line. Chardon's threatening.
1st down and goal.
What are the chances of seeing Renner now?
Probably pretty good.
Oop, unless we're going to
straight up the gut they go with Weidig. Did he get in?
I think so.
Touchdown. Chardon gets into the end zone. Brett Weidig leaned in from 1 yard out.
It looks like he got it by plenty. Let's see it. It looks like it there.
Yeah.
His whole body was in, even his feet. I can understand the late call on that because from up here it looked like it was no contest. He was definitely in the end zone. I guess the referee just must have lost sight for a second and had to unscramble the pile to look for where Weidig was.
So a couple of 1 yard runs. One by Chris Wiggins of Solon, and now one by quarterback Brett Weidig from Chardon. The PAT by Scott Mackar on the way. And Scott puts her through, so at the 9:37 mark, we are all tied up at 7 apiece. That was a nice drive by Chardon and a good way of coming back, John, after they allowed a nice drive by Solon to get into the end zone.
Oh, excellent. Because I'll tell you, those drives take a lot out of you, but this offense of Chardon's put the heart right back into the team again. Now they got it. Defense will come on the field. And I'll tell you, last week the defense just played flat out excellently. First series tonight they did. They just ran into little problems where Solon came up, put a good drive together. You know, it wasn't a bad play on the part of Chardon. It was more good execution by Solon.
We should also tell you some of the other sponsors who are helping to bring you tonight's ball game: Quay Buick and Suzuki. Quality begins with QUA. I like saying that. That's why I threw that in. Frida Well Drilling Company. Also Clemson Excavating, Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth Inc., A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Sitco, Chardon Dairy Queen. How'd you like a big strawberry sundae after the weather we've had?
Well, I'll tell you, we got the heat right here, so it'd be fine today.
That'd be great. Put a cherry outside on top for John. Quality Auto Group, Lawson Ford and Mercury, and Ken's Transport Incorporated. Just some of the folks that are bringing you this ball game tonight. Again, if you don't drop us a line, drop them a line. Give them a call maybe Monday morning and say, hey, we really enjoyed that broadcast. Thanks a lot for bringing it to us. I'm sure a lot of folks tonight are still half digging out from the storm of November and are enjoying this game on television where they couldn't get an opportunity to come and see it in person here at just a beautiful ballpark in Finney Stadium.
I'll tell you, to digress in your comment about put a cherry on top of it, we could also buy a birthday cake there.
Yes, we
Greg,
could.
Because I'll tell you, my partner's celebrating his, 25th birthday tonight?
34th, thank you.
34th.
I know, I don't look a day over 25, I know. The kickoff is taken by Carter, and he squirts up the middle, and he's up to the 48-yard line. I tell you, this guy on kickoff returns this season is 39 yards of return, and you saw the Jets.
Exactly. You look at that hole, boy, you're looking at that hole on the television from behind. It was huge. Chardon did a good job sealing it up. It was opening up right in front of us, and I thought, uh-oh. Because I'll tell you, between Carter and Brown, you do have two bona fide burners. They're both in the 4.3, 4.4 for the 40-yard dash, which is flat out running it.
Fabulous field position for the Comets as McLaughlin rolls out. Now he's going to keep it, and he gets whacked out of bounds. Todd Goodwin was there, and McLaughlin goes over to visit the Chardon fans, who I'm sure giving him the business on the far side. Mike McLaughlin on the season carried the football 57 times for 512 yards. Not too shabby. 7 touchdowns on the ground. That's almost 9 yards a carry.
Yeah, I'll tell you, well, that's the whole thing. When you get the rollout quarterbacks, Whiting showed the same thing. He would roll out. They had the guys covered. If you don't contain him, he's going to get his 9 yards or so. But I'll tell you, Mackar had excellent coverage on that play. That's why McLaughlin couldn't pass the ball. 2nd
down and 4. Up the gut they go to the fullback, Civic. And he will be shy of a first down. Just last week alone, in the big win Solon had, Mike McLaughlin, the quarterback, 175 yards on the ground, including touchdown runs of 80 and 82 yards.
Well, that went up to 175 real quick when you got, 163 yards?
162. 80 and 82.
80 and 82.
Okay.
Okay, well, I never said I was a mathematician.
Well, we got the personality coming out. Now we're working on the math skills.
Yeah, that'll be coming next season, folks.
3rd down and 9. Or 3rd down and 1, I should say. Straight up the gut, they go to the fullback, and that's a first down. He got inside the 41-yard line, and that's where he needed to be, and that'll be a first down for the Comets.
I'll tell you, that was a hard one, though, because he got banged inside there. He really had to fight for that. You could see Ryan DeWeese beating him. Somebody I couldn't see coming up from the outside there just kind of laid one into his side. Even though they get the first down, that's the kind of stuff you remember. You kind of, it's like a dog establishing his territory there. You hit, let the guy know you don't come across here. This belongs to me. And over the course of a game, that can wear on you.
1st down and 10. The ball is at the 41-yard line of Chardon. McLaughlin looking to throw. Rolls out. Little dump pass underneath was intended for Civic. And he slipped and fell down, and the ball went whizzing past his left ear. McLaughlin got knocked down to the deck by Ryan Beeler.
Yeah, they hit him. Ryan came across from the safety or his corner position, just level him. I tell you, there wasn't going to go much because there you can see old club hand coming across. Nick Goshi coming out of his position there. He had a good coverage, was coming. If the guy had made the reception, it would have been for very minimal. Maybe a yard or two would have been the most he would have got out of that.
There was talk this afternoon of not even playing this game because of the condition of this football field. There was about an inch of ice on this field at high noon. And the crew here at BW has done an excellent job to get it in the shape it's in right now. Icy patches aside, it's in excellent shape. McLaughlin, a little swing pass across the middle. He was looking for Terrence Brown, but Brown was easily covered by Ryan DeWeese, and they looked like they had a screen pass set up on the near side.
Yeah.
You see him looking that way first.
Actually, Brown ended up being a defender more than anything because it was Ryan's ball more than him. I think Terrence Brown was actually turning around to make the tackle on Ryan. Ryan was just flowing away, throwing a little bit behind him. He couldn't come up with the interception.
Third down, 10 yards to go, 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Carter is split to the far side. Joe Edwards to the near side. And McLaughlin to throw. Looks, fires it, zips it into the hands of Grant. It's in and out of his hands. On the coverage was Ryan Davis. Boy, this sophomore's got quite a task ahead of him tonight if he's going to be matching up in that kind of coverage with a guy like Grant Carter.
I'll tell you, it was underneath. He was right on him, and it was short of those first down stakes. He would have been about 3 yards short because Ryan was right on his back, had excellent coverage on it. I'll tell you one thing, there wasn't much pressure on him. McLaughlin had all day back there. He had excellent up front blocking on that particular play.
Jeff Bowling into punt. Solon trying to win the battle of the field position as Bowling gets off a high kick. And it will take a Solon bounce, and they will cover the football nicely at the 13-yard line, and that's where the Hilltoppers take over. Byron Morgan choosing to pin Chardon back and let his defense work with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the first half, and we are tied up at 7 apiece.
Sure, Chardon is looking out there right now saying 8 minutes left, that's just enough time to score. They're getting one of their patented 6 or 7 minute drives and just methodically move it down the field, because I'll tell you, they have moved the ball well. They ran it on their first possession, they moved it down to 15. They ended up having a penalty, pushing them back a little bit. Missed the field goal, but Solon really haven't proved they can stop the Chardon offense yet.
First down and 10. They hand the ball to Renner, and Renner's got huge yardage as he's up near the 30-yard line. It's a quick way of getting out of your end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Derek Adams on the tackle.
Yeah, he just kind of ran over the big ones there. He went over the Big Ray Landis and Big Keith Jenkins and just rambled off to the left side there. And just kept his feet going and made people, I'll tell you, he's like a bowling ball coming at you. As low as he runs and all, just keeps those feet churning and just comes at such a low level, it's hard to grab hold of anything.
First down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. The ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. And Weidig going to keep it this time, and he is near the 35-yard line, so almost a gain of 5 on that play.
Yeah, they're moving the ball extremely well. Faked out our cameraman a little bit in that particular play, but
it's easy to, I tell you what, this is the toughest of all the games that I do. These are the toughest ones, especially with the two kinds of quarterbacks we've had over the last 3 years here with Scott Neal and now Brett Weidig. It's tough to keep an eye on the football. That's why I basically shut up for most of the play.
Yeah, you kind of wait to see what's going on.
They've made me look bad too often. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Hilltoppers. That's Braces in motion. Weidig going to keep it again, and he picks up another couple of yards. He's about halfway to where he needs to be for the first down. Coming up to make the play again was Jack Eva, who's done a nice job. Helped out there by the linebacker, or the nose tackle, Chris Wiggins.
Yeah, he just saw that little lane open up inside there and just took it. You can see they were sealing on the outside, taking the option away. Weidig saw that inside. I'll tell you, he's playing a tremendously bright ball game today. That's about the third, fourth time where he's just made that instantaneous right decision. You know, he's just playing smart football. Chardon's got what they want, third and short. That's ideal Chardon conditions.
Third down, 2 yards to go. It's Renner. Renner busts his way across the right side. Forward progress is going to be stalled at the
I think he's a little shy.
39-yard line. I tell you what, it looked like he almost got to the 40, and it is almost to the 40-yard line, and it will be very close to a first down.
Let's see how close. Yeah, I guess it was.
Yep.
Where the ball, the furthest point of the ball up there, and it did come darn close to that 40, and that's exactly where they spotted it.
The fans below don't like the spot of the football, but in all honesty, he was that close and then got bounced back, and they really did a good job of figuring out where that football should go. Yeah, fourth down and less than a yard to go. Chardon hustles up to the line of scrimmage. Renner in punt formation. Terrence Brown goes back deep along with Mike Serp.
Took a timeout. Chardon.
Timeout, Chardon.
And Chardon's going to spend their second time out of the night. While we've got an opportunity, I want to remind you about some more folks helping to bring you this ball game tonight. Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, Connecticut, Chuck Ohl Chevrolet Geo Pontiac, Chardon Eagles, Junction Auto Sales, and Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law. We thank them very much for their support of Hilltopper football here in the playoffs. Again, we are not funded by your cable dollars in the playoffs. It comes right from sponsorship. 5 minutes, 24 seconds remain here in the first half.
I'll tell you, Chardon has taken care of, adopted this football team in the last several years. The road games they go to, they bring huge followings with them. Playoffs, they stay, because you're sitting here in miserable weather. This game is going to be played, tomorrow morning, again Wednesday. So, a lot of people coming who really don't have the kid playing. It's just good support.
4th down and a foot, and they punt it, and they kick it wisely away from Terrence Brown. And they will line this thing up, and they will spot it at the 33-yard line, but we'll take it because you don't want the ball in the hands of that young man who has certainly proven to be quite a force this evening.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you can keep the ball out of the hands of that receiver. That's why Renner angled it a little. He might have given up 5-6 yards of his punting average or something. But, Terrence Brown or Carter could just kill you on the return.
So 1st down and 10 now for the Comets. The ball's at the 33-yard line. That's Carter going in motion. And they give the ball to Brown, and he tries the right side and is tripped up. Coming up off the bottom of the pile there was Todd Goodwin.
Yeah, Todd came from his linebacker position, slid across, fought through the lead blockers there, came underneath and just took on Brown. Kept him from a bigger gain. He got about 4 yards out of that, but it could have been much bigger because there really wasn't anyone backing him. He could have broke a real long one on that one.
Gain of about, we'll call it 4. 2nd down and 6. McLaughlin to run the option, pitches it back to Brown. He gets to the 40 and crashes across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A couple yards shy of a 1st down. Ryan DeWeese on the play.
Yeah, they got to have somebody taking Brown as the pitchman. As you can see, there's nobody with the assignment of taking him out. Honigman took on the quarterback. That's how you got to play it. But you got to have somebody who is dedicated to flow outside, take that pitch, man. When you got a dangerous burner out there, you don't want to give him any open field to start running because the speed plus a couple of moves, and you got big problems.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. The clock continues to run. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first half. McLaughlin to throw. Looking, being chased, trying to get the 1st down. Forget about it. Todd Goodwin dragged him down by the nape of the neck and tossed him out of bounds for maybe a loss of a half a yard, and that'll bring up another 4th down and a punting situation again for the Comets.
Tell you, that was a good defensive play by Goodwin. You can see he kind of reads. He's going to contain him, keep him inside. You see him flowing. He's just coming into the screen again here. Kind of reads, forces him in, goes with him, gets the hand on him, and just uses great strength to pull him down from that position. When his body's going one way, all he's got is one hand, and he's still able to contain a hard-running quarterback.
Solon will take a timeout here. Going on also this evening in Division II, you'll be reading, I'm sure, or have read about the Washington Courthouse Miami Trace game, or the Washington Courthouse Miami Trace taking on Mason down in Dayton. At Barberton Sharkey Stadium, Akron Bucktel, the nemesis of Chardon last season, taking on Akron Springfield, the number 1 rated Division II team in the state of Ohio. And the other game in Division II tonight is Columbus Waterston versus Fostoria. Those are the only 8 teams left. And after this weekend, we will be down to the Final 4.
After tonight.
Punting situation. Bowling gets it away. Nice high kick. Headed in the direction of Makar, who takes it at the 25. Squirts up the sideline across the 40. Stays on his feet to the 47, and he is wrapped up and slung down to the ground. Stuart Lieber came up to make the play in great field position for Chardon, and plenty of time left at the 3:44 mark, and you can hear the Chardon faithful up on their feet on the far side.
Boy, look how close. He's tight roping, cuts it against the grain there. He really He's deceptive. He doesn't seem like he's got that much speed. He's got one of those smooth, gliding running styles. But I'll tell you, for a sophomore, he could put the feet down and get moving down there with the best of them.
First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. The ball is at the 47-yard line. Montgomery and Makar are, well, actually now Makar splits into the slot, and Makar now to the near side. There goes Montgomery in motion. Weidig rolls, looks downfield looking for Montgomery, says forget about it, gonna run it. He's into Solon territory and crashes out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and that's a first down. Boy, he did not wait too long to decide on this play, John.
No, that's what I said. He's looking, he's seeing. He's got the open receiver, but he also sees that huge lane up ahead of him with the sideline there so he can kill the clock off, even though there's plenty of time. Chardon still has 2 timeouts. You know, well, I guess he didn't get out of bounds. They're moving it. They just stopped it for the change.
3 minutes, 26 seconds to go. It's a first down and 10 now for the Hilltoppers. Brazes now comes in motion. Weidig to throw again. Looking for Zach, and overthrows him. Overthrew him at the 15-yard line, and that'll be a second down.
I'll tell you, we did have defensive coverage out there as Mike Serp was on Brazes, but then Brazes put a little burst on Serp, turned, and Brazes was actually behind him, but Weidig just got a little too much air underneath the ball, overthrew him, because Brazes did have about a step and a half on Serp. That is a strange name without a vowel.
Yes, it is. If he lived in Chardon, would he be Maple Serp?
Ooh, that's sad. If it wasn't your birthday.
Second down and 10. Kyle liked that one. Second down and 10.
He wants a ride home.
For the Hilltoppers. And it's Renner. Oh, some tough running for about 7 yards. Gary Renner dragged 2 or 3 guys on his back there.
Yeah, we still got plenty of time. There's no panic, no need to air the ball out totally. Just mix it, as we just fell underneath the 3-minute mark, down to 2:53 right now in county. Chardon's got the ball and moving again with it.
Third down, 3 yards to go. Taking their time in the huddle. Now they come out. Makar will be wide to the near side. Brazes goes in motion. Weidig to throw. Brazes stays in the block. Weidig tucks it under. He's got the first down. He is down to the 26-yard line, and flags fly. Not quite sure what the call is going to be here, because there was Hilltoppers and there was Comets. It could be a hold or it could be a face mask, one or the other.
I'm guessing face mask, because they kind of threw it right at the receiver. We'll see here on the replay, see if somebody just goes a little too high and grabs at the face mask.
Nope, hard to tell.
Right.
Clipping. There was some Chardon players down there in one of those areas, and that's tough. The good news is it comes from the spot of the foul, which is a 25. That'll take it back to the 40, so it'll be a net loss of 6 yards on the last play. And so that'll bring up a third down and 9 now.
Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news is that it's a first down lost, and it's not 15 yards further down the field.
A fairly penalty-free ball game, as most playoff games are. Most of the officials at this level will allow the guys to play, and if there's a foul that doesn't concern the play, they're not throwing the flag just for the sake of doing it. Again, Weidig to throw. The whole crowd below yells pass. They zip it across the middle, and it's completed. Ryan Davis comes across the middle, and that's a first down to the 25-yard line, and young Ryan Davis took a whack when he caught that football.
That is excellent concentration, because like you said, you can probably see it here, see him cross in the middle, watch, met head at pow, but he had the presence to tuck that ball away, hold on to it, take the hit, and get a big first down for Chardon. That was a nice delivery by Weidig on that one.
Derek Adams with a fine hit there and tried to separate man from ball, but was unable to do that. First down and 10. The ball's at the 25-yard line. Weidig to throw again. He looks. He steps up in the pocket and does not get back to the line of scrimmage. He loses a yard. If he could have gotten through that initial wave of defenders, he would have been able to pick up maybe 10 yards.
Oh yeah, he had his 3 receivers out deep, and they were all covered. Excellent pass coverage. So he just tried to get the best he can. Like you said, if he had got past number 67, Todd Krajnik, he probably would have taken it almost at goal line, because the other deep guys were being drawn into the end zone, and by the time they realized he was running, best he could have got to him was inside the 5, my guess would be.
Chardon has taken their final timeout at the 1:31 mark. A 2nd down and 11 officially coming up. The Chardon Hilltopper band down below us getting ready to perform here.
Yeah,
good crowd on hand from both sides, John. You know, looking across the way, the Chardon faithful is filled up from about the 30-yard line all the way down into the end zone on our right. And looking below at Solon here, not a whole lot of empty seats down here either.
No. Well, these are two very supportive schools. They've had excellent programs for the last several years and all. You know, excellent breeds crowds somehow or another. That seems to just go hand in hand.
Byron Morgan, who took over the Solon club a few years back, has really done a fine job over there. Weidig to throw. Looks, hit, sacked. Down he goes. Coming up to make the play was Dave Civic. Huge loss there all the way back to the 31-yard line.
They're going to have to start calling these plays real quick and get it going. We're down to 1:13 now. The clock's winding. You want to at least try to get a shot at a field goal if you can. Get that ball, I don't know, maybe 10 more yards, and Makar will have a shot at a field goal.
3rd down, 16. Weidig again to look. Looks underneath for Makar, who couldn't come up with it. Had it and lost it at the 20. He would have been a couple yards shy of a 1st down, but maybe within field goal range.
Yeah, and again, he could have either taken it out of bounds, killed the clock off, or turned it up and get the 1st down. Either way, that was a good pass, just a little bit overthrown. You know, Makar had to reach out, wasn't able to come up with it, but that was a nice little pattern. He just did it quick. They had 2 guys lined out wide right, ran one straight downfield, the other just did it down and out, Makar being the other.
So now it's a 4th down and 16. Chardon obviously will go for it here in 4-down territory, and again they look. Again they got a man open downfield. His braces and a nice defensive effort there. Coming up to make the play for Solon was Matt Englander. Nice play. That ball kind of hung up there a little longer than they would have liked.
And Englander did the smart thing there. He just kind of laid there and then knocked it down. Didn't even think about the interception. He could have stepped in front, taken it, make sure it's down. You get the ball further upfield. Chances are he wouldn't have returned it 25 yards further upfield like it happened here. So that was a good defensive play by Englander. 45 seconds left in the clock.
1st down and 10 now for the Comets. They split Edwards to the far side and Grant Carter to the near side. And they give it to Terrence Brown. Brown trying to turn the corner. Nice move as he's across the 35 to the 40, and the foot race is on, and he's shoved out of bounds. And Hilltopper territory all the way down to the 48-yard line, and there's still 36 seconds to go. Again, turning nothing into something.
Boy, that was a nice move. He gave a little dip inside, watch it here, slows down, and then turn on the jets. And he just burns it to the outside. Pure speed, outruns a couple people. But it was that quick little inside dip, made the player commit to the inside there. Boy, you got to respect. There's so much you can do with pure blinding speed like that.
Ryan Beeler shoved one of the offensive men into Brown. And this time the pass is incomplete. Scott Makar on the coverage of the pass intended for Joe Edwards.
Boy, there's something you don't see high school quarterbacks do much. McLaughlin went back. His primary receiver is on the right-hand side. Saw he was covered, looked off him, went to his secondary, the left side. Makar made a good adjustment there, tried to step in front and grab it. And I'll tell you, if he could have kept his feet there, could have got the pick, he might have had the whole sideline to run with.
2nd down and 10 for the Comets, 32 seconds to go. Blitz is on, McLaughlin to throw, pass is complete to Brown, and Brown falls forward to the 35-yard line. Ball is loose on the deck. Did the ground cause the fumble? That's the question. No, Chardon gets the football back.
He must have been juggling or something. I don't know, because it looked like the ground caused it from, well, they're discussing it right now.
Yeah, they had pointed initially to Chardon, but they may reverse this.
I thought the ground had caused it. No, they're calling it Chardon ball.
Well, the 5 of them got together to decide, and you're better off making the right call, even if you have to change the initial call, which they ended up not doing. But you want to make the right call, and I think most coaches will tell you that. Even if the call goes against them, if they know they're trying to do the right thing, that's what they're happy with.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And at least that way you're not being an egomaniac saying, no, mine was the right vantage point and all that. You check to make sure who had the vantage point. It could have been a case where he took a step or two, started to juggle it, and it came out then. It might have not been the ground. We couldn't see from our angle, but I think the referee overruled it. That was probably what the case was.
First down and 10. They stay on the ground with Renner, and I'm sure they'll just let the clock run out here, and we're pretty much right now where we started, all knotted up.
Yeah,
each team has gotten into the end zone on a 1-yard run. Chris Wiggins, back at the 1:23 mark of the first quarter, gave Solon the 7-0 lead. And then Brett Weidig went in from 1 yard out for Chardon at the 9:37 mark of the second quarter. And that is where we stand here at halftime. Before we take our halftime break, we should tell you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Troy Innovated Instruments, Inc. 17039 Rapids Road, Burton, 44021. Good luck, Hilltoppers. Bostwick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111 since 1916. Building the American Dream by Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. Frida Ball Well Drilling Company, 1-800-582-5479 for water and gas wells, pumping systems, and water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, Commercial, Industrial, Residential, General Excavating, Roadwork, Demolition, and Sewers. By Bill Spear, Chrysler Plymouth Inc., Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6 east of the Square. By A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880, Industrial Commercial Experts. By Sitco Manufacturing, Precision Diamond, and CBN Tooling. By Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. By Quality Auto Group, Buick, Olds, Pontiac, GMC Truck. Our name says it all. Route 6 east of the Square. Lawson Ford and Mercury, largest Ford and Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, leasing, and parts. And by Ken's Transport Incorporated. Bulk haulers, 17444 Gar Highway, Montville. Go Hilltoppers. And by GTV, there's our address, Post Office Box 336, Chardon, Ohio 44024. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. By Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters, 415 Water Street, Chardon, 286-1041, 15711 West High Street, Middlefield, also 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. Boy, we could have used that this week. Connecticut, where the world turns for water, innovative drinking water systems, non-electric water conditioners and filters for improving your water, 1-800-554-9673. By Chuck Ohl Chevrolet Geo Pontiac. You'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of Chardon Square on Route 6, 286-9000. By the Chardon Eagles, Geauga Airy 2261. They're at 1317 Water Street in Chardon. Go Hilltoppers. By Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler, Dodge, and Eagle. Dependability since 1931. They're at 286-6161. By the law firm of Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law, 214 East Park in Chardon, 286-9549. That's the people that are bringing it to you this week. Dan, do we want to go straight down to the field or want to take a little break first? welcome back. We're at halftime here at Finney Stadium at Baldwin Wallace College. The Solon Comets and the Chardon Hilltoppers are all tied up at 7. And taking a look at the first half team stats, we'll get to the individual stats as the teams come on the field later on. First downs are pretty even. Chardon leads Solon 10-7. On the ground, though, Chardon leads Solon 144-62. Kind of surprising or no?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of it has been pass-oriented by White Egg, except he's seen that open ground in front of him and just taken it. And he's got good yardage in the first half.
Passing yardage, Chardon 53, Solon 75. Chardon was 3 of 10 with 1 pick in the first half. Solon was 3 of 9. Total yardage, 197 for Chardon, 137 for Solon. And anything else of significance? Not really.
Just the score, 7-7. It's down to 1/2 of a season of football for somebody.
Chardon will be set to kick off to start the second half. Going back deep for Solon, the 2 speedsters, Terrence Brown and Grant Carter. Brown averaging almost 29 yards a return. He does have 1 kickoff for a touchdown. And Grant Carter, 39 yards a return. He has 2 touchdowns on returns this season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Coach Doyle's strategy here, whether he runs it along the ground to take the big reception away, pins him in a corner, or just kicks it deep.
Scott Mackar kicks it toward the sideline, and it will fly out of bounds at the 27-yard line, but that'll give the football to Solon. And I tell you, that's all Scott Mackar was doing in the pregame, was lining up and kicking it toward the sideline, trying to keep it away from those 2 speedsters.
Right, they get the option of whether to have him re-kick or just take it on to 35. They've elected to have him re-kick. They want the ball in the hand of their burners.
So Scott Mackar will tee it up once again, this time back at his 35-yard line.
And they'll just keep doing it if he kicks it out of bounds. So they're trying to force Chardon's hand here because they want the ball in the hands of Brown or Carter, because they do have that threat. All of a sudden, 10 seconds from now, they can have another 6 points on the board.
So the Chardon Hilltoppers set to tee it up one more time. And we will eventually get this second half underway. Mackar again kicks it toward the near sideline, backing up on the ball, and it hits one of the Solon receivers and goes out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Mike Serp was the man who tried to take that away from Terrence Brown. Not a wise move, as that ball was headed to the sideline, and it will be Solon football at the 27-yard line, first down and 10.
Yeah, in essence, they lost 8 yards with their decision. They could have had a ball at the 35 to start out with, so that worked to Chardon's advantage that time.
Taking a look at Byron Morgan on the sideline, kind of shaking his head, wondering, what are we doing here? You had one of the up men try to take it away from your burner. Joe Edwards is split to the far side, Grant Carter to the near side. McLaughlin under center, hands the ball to Terrence Brown, and Brown cuts it back across the middle and is whacked from behind. Oh my, Chris Dakowitz came across and made quite a play. In the first half, Terrence Brown had 6 carries for 39 yards, but one of those carries was for 22 yards. Watch this hit. Oh.
Yeah, he had a big hole open up there. He elected not to do it. Cut it back to the left against the grade there. Chris Dakowitz came up from behind and just laid it on him.
Second down and 2. Long count by McLaughlin. It's the fullback Civic. Stood up at the line of scrimmage and does fall forward to the 35-yard line, and that will be shy of a first down. Didn't get much on that play, half a yard.
Nice play by Ryan DeWeese there, who read it, shot underneath, and just kicked the legs out from beneath him. Held it to maybe a foot gain. That's about all he got out of that. It's essentially still, say, third and a long one.
Long one, short 2. Third down, big play now for the Hilltopper defense. Again, they split the wideouts. Mike McLaughlin under center. 3 of 9 in the first half passing the football. And they give it to Brown, and Brown has the first down and more. And he rumbles to the 44-yard line. Coming up off the bottom of the pile for Chardon was Ken Hardesty.
Yeah, they opened up a nice little hole in the inside. As you can see that lane open up there. Missed tackle. Kent comes across from his right defensive tackle position, strafes across the line of scrimmage and keeps Brown from making a bigger gain out of it than he did get.
Grant Carter splits to the far side. He had 2 catches for 58 yards in the first half. First down and 10. McLaughlin to throw. Pump fakes, hit, and goes down. Coming in to make the play was Ken Fester. Oh, he just ran him over like a freight train.
I tell you, McLaughlin got up a little bit shaky here. As you get an all-out good coverage again. Fester comes in from his end position, just lays it on him. Really, really nice. But again, that was set up by good secondary coverage by Chardon. I'll tell you, both these secondaries have been playing outstanding ball. There's been a goodly amount of passes from historically running teams here, and they've just been blanking them, have excellent protection.
Second down and 15 to go. Civic is lone setback as Brown is a wide out and the pocket collapses and down he goes again. Steve Taylor along with Kent Hardesty double teaming the quarterback McLaughlin, who gets sacked for the second straight play.
Taylor loops to the outside, gets by his man, and Hardesty just comes right up the middle, bull rushing, takes him down. Excellent work by that up front group for Chardon. That's exactly what they need. They got to get those guys involved in the play a little more. Get pressure on that quarterback, take their passing game away, get to Brown before he can get his feet moving.
Third down and 19. Steve Taylor had 11 ball games to think about this game tonight. And he is welcomed back by this Chardon defense as McLaughlin throws as he gets hit, and the ball is complete to Carter, who gets shoved out of bounds shy of a first down. He does get it up to midfield, and a fourth down and 3.5 will await the Comets.
Yeah, you had good pressure coming from Goodwin and DeWeese out there, I believe it was. Yeah, there's Goodwin right there. DeWeese backing up behind him, got the pressure on it. Ball delivered, but he fell about 3 yards shy. So he had the 19 yards to pick on that one.
Here's the fourth punt by Bowling. He had 3 punts in the first half, averaging 31.7. His longest was 34. Montgomery and Makar stand back at their own 20-yard line, and the snap is a good one. And another good kick, kind of a wobbler. It's going to bounce and take a Solon bounce inside the 20, and the Comets will cover it to 19, and that's where the Hilltoppers take over at the 8-minute and 36-second mark here in the third quarter. The Hilltoppers get the football back for the first time here in half number 2.
Yeah, defense did their job. I'll tell you, one adjustment they made, they're running a little more stunning upside where they're looping guys to the inside, crossing around and all that sort of stuff. You can see a difference there as all of a sudden they're penetrating, getting into that backfield, disrupting the offense of Solon. That was one adjustment they made at halftime. We'll see what the offense did.
First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. The ball's on the 19-yard line. Same starters in the backfield for the Toppers. Straight up the gut they go. It's Gary Renner, and he moves up ahead to the 23-yard line. Picks up 4 on the play. Renner in the first half only carried the ball 8 times for 35 yards, including 1 run of 17. Dave Civic on the tackle for Solon.
Yeah, again, that's all you need. Chardon fullback getting a 3-4 yard average, which is essentially about 3.5 yards in that particular play. You do that 3 times in a row, and that's first down. That's exactly Chardon football. Just ground them up 3 yards in a cloud of dust like the old Woody Hayes teams. Second down, 7.
And we've got movement up front. I think Kent Hardesty jumped. One of the Chardon backs went in motion.
Yeah, you can see the penetration right there in the replay. I don't know if that's Hardesty or not, but it's left guard who's ever playing there, which I believe might be Kent.
So that'll move the football back to the 18-yard line, so that'll bring up a second down now and 11. Zach Brace has carried the ball 6 times in the first half for 57 yards, including a 34-yarder. And Brett Weidig, 14 carries, 52 yards. His longest was 16. Weidig also through the air was 3 of 10 for 53 yards and 1 pick. Second down, 11, 7:35 to go, third quarter. Montgomery goes in motion. Weidig hands the ball to Braces, and I'm not sure he got anything. He may have even lost some yards.
Yeah, there wasn't much open up there. They tried a little deception counter on that one. Well, they moved the stakes just a hair. He gained about a foot and a half.
Derek Adams on the tackle for Solon. So 3rd down and long await the Hilltoppers. So the Solon defense coming out fired up here in the 3rd quarter as well. You can hear the Solon faithful below us.
Interesting to see if Chardon keeps on the ground or goes right to the air here in this 3rd and long situation.
They pitch the football to Montgomery. He's got some blockers, tries to get around the defender, Joe Edwards, and can't do it. Only gets to the 21-yard line, picks up 3, and a 4th down coming up. On the tackle for Solon was Dave Civic.
Boy, there's a play. I've been watching Chardon pretty much all season long, and I haven't seen him pull that play at all. That's one that you kick in these special plays for just to offset teams once you hit the playoffs and all. Show them something they've never seen before.
Gary Renner to punt on 4th down, had 1 punt for 27 yards in the first half, and he drops the snap, but he still gets it off, and it's a low line drive kick. And that's going to be, he had to rush that kick, and now they're angling for the sideline. We'll have to see where it goes out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds in Chardon territory at the 44.5-yard line, and that's where the Comets will take over. 1st down and 10.
Actually, I don't think he did have to rush it that much. As you can see, they were setting up their return team, so he really didn't have much in the way of pressure on him. But, once you drop that ball, you think you got all kinds of pressure. You look, you don't see a Comet there. You finally see one coming. But he had time to set up his punt. It's just tough to realize you do have that, because once you get that ball, you want to get your foot on it as quick as you can.
I think that's a busted play. McLaughlin going to be run out of bounds by Todd Goodwin. He kind of lost his footing as he came out from underneath the center, and by that time the play had developed too far, and he had to eat the football and will lose about a yard on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Goodwin on that. You can see him keeping the blocker off his body, using his arms, keeping him off, then flowing to the outside. That's what you got to do when you get that linebacker. Once you let that guy into your body a little bit, he owns you, and it's tough to get away. But if you can keep him off, then you can flow with the play. Good linebacker play by Goodwin on that one.
2nd down, 11. McLaughlin to throw, got some time, looking deep. He's got Carter wide open, caught it at the 10, 5, touchdown, got past Ryan Davis, and Grant Carter goes into the end zone from 44 yards out, and Solon is right back on top.
There's no question. He used full speed there, got way behind Davis there. It was only a question if the ball was going to be catchable or not. As you can see, he's just out there by himself.
So at the 5:57 mark of the 3rd quarter, Grant Carter wide open, reeled that in and scampers a total of 41 yards on that connection. Now Todd Bradley in to attempt the point after with 5:57 to go here in quarter number 3. Low snap, they do get it down somehow, and it's good. Tell you what, that play was made by Joe Edwards, the holder, as that ball skittered back to him, and he picked it up and put it on the tee, and that was a good extra point. 14-7 now, Solon leads.
Yeah, this is a game where a missed extra point can mean the whole ball game. So definitely, like you said, that's a big play by the holder. It's getting that ball spotted so he could drive it through. Here's the touchdown play here. You're seeing the quarterback McLaughlin fade back all kinds of time that time. That's one of the things, getting that up front blocking. And then Carter just used pure speed, cleared, got himself opened up, and that's 6 points on the board.
So 14-7, the Solon Comets. The last 2 games that they have played, or the 2 games that they, the 1 game against Chardon and then last week in the playoffs, they were able to jump out to a 14-7 lead and never look back. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter as Chardon chewed up a lot of time on their drive, and so did Solon.
Yeah, this is moving into, like you said, we're over halfway into the 3rd quarter right now. This is do or die time for both teams. Winner goes on to the semifinals next week. Losers' season is over.
Ryan Beeler takes it at the 25 and gets pushed out of bounds by Joe Edwards at the 30-31 yard line. Also coming up to help out for Solon was Larry Scott.
That was a good job by Beeler there, just getting the yardage he could, which there's nothing wrong with starting at the 31. He did a good job, got everything he could out of that kick return, got it up to the 31. That's where Chardon's offense has just got to start to go to work now.
Brett Weidig comes sprinting in from the sideline.
I'll tell you, you just get a good drive going here and you just kind of pull the heart out of Solon.
Ryan Davis is into the ball game, split to the near side. Brazes goes in motion, Weidig to throw. Being chased and he fumbled the football. Ball is loose but recovered by Chardon. Looked like Eric Montgomery fell on the football back at the 25-yard line. Nope, that's Nick Goshi. Somehow corralled it with cast on hand.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a big play because that could have been a real hurter if they had lost the ball at this point in the field when you're down. You see Goshi out there helping block. Makes the recovery. That definitely is a big break for Chardon that they kept possession there.
Matt Anderson was the one that stripped the football for Solon. Now a 2nd down and 14 for the Hilltoppers. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go, third quarter. Weidig gets dragged down from behind. Coming in from up front was the nose tackle, Chris Wiggins, who dragged down Weidig.
You can see you got the guards pulling there. Nobody picked up the man coming straight up the middle. You had both guards pulling to the outside. There's a blocking breakdown there somewhere or another because you can't have a guy coming right from the middle of your defensive line there totally untouched.
The Chardon offense is stalling now, going backwards. It's 3rd down and 19. Again, it's Davis. Wide to the near side. Montgomery is the wing on the far side. Backs are split. Montgomery goes in motion and the right side of the Chardon line jumps. Kevin Platts, the tight end, lean forward there, and that'll be another 5 yards, and Chardon continues to head in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this is definitely not something they needed right after Solon came off the score there, where they're having sputtering problems with their offense. They're missing assignments, making little mental mistakes and stuff. This is the time you got to dig deep. Here they need to pick up some of this yardage back. It's going to be tough to get the 1st down, but at least pick some of it up so your punter's got some room to get the ball off.
3rd down and a cab ride. 3rd and 24. Montgomery in motion. Weidig hands the ball off, and there's a gain of about 6 or 7 yards coming up off the bottom of the pile. That was Zach Brazes. And Dave Civic on the tackle for Solon, and the Solon faithful below up on their feet. A standing ovation, and rightly so, for this Solon defense.
Yeah, now it's time for the Chardon defense to stick to the forefront here, and they're just going to have to establish, get the offense time to get settled down, get the ball right back for them so they can get on and start to work again.
Gary Renner to punt. He stands at his 10. He's going to angle it to the other sideline this time and kind of squibs it down the middle. The ball will bounce, and Terrence Brown lets it go through his legs, and that could be a free ball. Ball is loose, and Chardon recovers. Chardon recovers that ball, and coming up to make the play for the Hilltoppers was Brad Crow, right through the legs, right through the wicket of Terrence Brown, and the rush was on.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if he touched it initially. We'll try to see here if he actually did touch it or it was the next guy that touched it, but it came alive. No, it did touch his hands. You can see it just glance off his hands. Good replay there. And Chardon gets the big break. This is something they really needed here.
Wow, that's huge. So the Hilltoppers get the ball back at the 24-yard line of Solon, and you talk about a deflator for the Solon defense, who did their job on the last drive, only to have the ball turned over to Chardon by the special teams. 1st down and 10. Brazes goes in motion. It's Renner, and Renner doesn't get too far. Boy, he got popped as he hit the line of scrimmage. You could hear that all the way up here.
Yeah, you could see him bouncing almost in a stand-up position. Watch, he gets hit squared on here, and you say, pow. Lifts him up. Good getting underneath him. thing is, that's getting the penetration, getting to him before he can lower and start getting his power build up. That's how you take a power run out of the game, is get the penetration, get in the backfield before he can really get his head of steam build up.
No gain on the last play. 2nd down and 10. Scott Mackar now in the game. He goes in motion. Weidig to throw with Mackar out in front. Weidig going to run it. Puts it under his arm and takes it up near the 21-yard line. So only a gain of about 3 on the last play.
Tell you, he did have Ryan Davis over there. He was wide open. McLaughlin had dropped back in a safety position. If he had delivered the ball early to Ryan, he could have been open for a good 10, 15-yard gain on that particular one.
Chris Wiggins made the tackle. Wow, they spot the ball at the 22-yard line. Better get the field glasses out. My angle was bad that time. 3rd down and 8. Weidig being chased. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Matt Anderson came in on a blitz. They tried to get him out of the way and let Brett Weidig throw the football, but he could not. So that's a 4th down.
Yeah, they're just sending, they're anticipating which way Chardon's going to be rolling on their little pass play. Taking the chance, sending the linebacker from that side. And, I'll tell you, when you guess right, you create all kinds of problems for that offense.
Looking across the way, a very subdued Chardon crowd right now, but the Hilltoppers have the football, and they're taking up all kinds of time here. They were in the huddle for a long time.
They're going to have to call this play quickly.
They do get it off. Weidig to throw. Looks, fires into the end zone, has a man, and in and out of the hands. That was Eric Montgomery, and a flag flies.
Yeah, he looked
immediately. There is a flag in the end zone, and if that's pass interference, that'll be 15 and a first down.
We should get a shot at a replay. Look, I really didn't see it live, but I'll tell you, Montgomery, face guard. He did not turn back and look. You can't stick your hands up in the air and just screen the guy if you're not going to look back and see. And that's exactly what Montgomery called, and he turned to the referee and reinforced it with him.
So 2 big mistakes by Solon, one on the special teams and one on the defense there. Is the defender back on that play for Solon was Mike McLaughlin, and Mike had excellent position on that play, John. As you said, all he had to do is if he turns and looks back to the football,
no penalty. There's no flag.
And that's a first down now for the Hilltoppers. They'll spot the football at the 11, which means Chardon can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
Boy, this offense has got to kick in right now. They've been given 2 big breaks here to perform. They got to do it.
Weidig goes straight up the middle to Renner, and Renner pounds his way inside the 10 to maybe the 9. Maybe 2 on the last play.
Yeah, it's almost 3, a long 2-yard gain on that, but that's a good opener. That opens up the middle there, and then maybe even hit the middle again, and then you can open up the outside. Get them thinking as to where it's going. Try to guess them, anticipating. If you happen to make the play call, what they're not guessing, you can have the big one.
2nd down and 8. Again, as Brace is in motion. And up the middle they go. Touchdown. Gary Renner somehow got through the middle of that pile and rambled into the end zone from 9 yards out, we'll call it.
Yep.
9 yards out.
That's your classic keep your feet moving. Watch, you'll see. He's flat out stopped. See if you can see the legs here. Look at the legs moving. Look at the legs just driving. If you're hit, that doesn't mean you're down. Till you hit the ground, you're still a ball carrier. Use those legs. That's where all your power and drive comes from. Excellent illustration there by Renner.
We've said it all along that Renner's one of those guys that just because you hit him doesn't mean he's going down. You've got to wrap him up and put him down. Mackar with the important extra point, which is good. So at the 1:02 mark here in the 3rd quarter, we are tied up again, and we got a dandy going right now. 14-14 is the score. And while we've got a little bit of time, we ought to Tell you about some of our sponsors: Troy Innovative Instruments Inc., Boswick's True Value Hardware, Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Quay Buick and Suzuki, Friedaball Well Drilling Company, Clemson Excavating, Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth Inc., AJ Goulder Electric Company, Sitco helping out with this broadcast, Chardon Dairy Queen, Quality Auto Group, Lawson Ford and Mercury, Ken's Transport Incorporated, all these people helping out with this broadcast tonight, as well as Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, Connecticut, Chuckle Chevrolet, Geo, and Pontiac, the Chardon Eagles, Junction Auto Sales, and Newman, Leary, and Bryce. If you get an opportunity, give those folks a call or just drop them a little note in the mail and thank them for being a part of this ball game tonight. Without their support, you wouldn't get a chance to see this, because the playoff games are totally funded by sponsorship and not the normal way we get ourselves on the air. So please do so and drop them a line if you're enjoying this ball game.
I'll tell you, I'm enjoying this ball game, Craig. This is excellently played ball. This is playoff pitch. It's exactly what you want. Two teams that just match up so well together, as you can see by the scoreboard. 14-14, 1 minute left in the third quarter.
It's awful nerve-wracking, though. It's not good for a guy my age to get all that wound up.
That's right. Yesterday, we should have done it yesterday, right?
That's right. Makar set to kick off, and a squib line drive right down the middle into the hands of Carter. Oh boy, Carter to the 30. Look at the speed as he comes across the 40 and up to the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Oh.
Boy, it's like a bullet coming right out of a gun,
Man,
isn't he?
Man.
Just explodes up there.
53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We are tied at 14. Craig Dees along with John Walsh. Our spotter is Red Jevnikar.
See the replay.
Kyle Walsh helping out with the refreshments today. Life is good.
Yes,
at
it
BW, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very nice out here. Nice and warm.
First down and 10. The ball's at the 46-yard line. McLaughlin under center. Again, Civic is the up back in the eye. We got all kinds of movement. And the Chardon faithful are up on the far side. As Solon now with the mistake bug.
Well,
and a legal procedure will be the call against Solon.
You can see McLaughlin telling on one of his teammates, signaling to the bench what the call was. Yeah, this is more something that Chardon could use, is seeing the ball moved in the other direction rather than coming at them. For a while there, it seemed like everything was going against them, though they were, inflicting the wounds on themselves. They were causing the penalties and all, but it's nice to see the other team go.
First down and 15. The ball is at the 41-yard line of Solon. McLaughlin to throw. He's going to roll out. Flags fly as there's a hold, I think, or Goodwin was either held by Civic, and that is the preliminary calls. So that'll be another 10 yards. That pass was incomplete. So do you go 2nd and 15, Coach, or do you go first down? And boy, the foul was way back behind the line of scrimmage, though. You could get 15 yards on this thing.
I don't know. We're tie ball game. We're almost at 48 seconds left.
You take the field position, and that's what Bob Doyle's doing, because the flag was dropped at the 39-yard line, which was a good 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's like a 17-yard holding penalty all the way back now to the 29-yard line. Well, or 24-yard line, I'm sorry.
I suppose if you had put it that way earlier, I said, yeah, of course you take the penalty.
I didn't realize how far back that flag was flown. Now they run Terrence Brown as a wide out to the far side, as David Civic is only the single setback, twin receivers to the near side. And they hand it to Civic on a delay, and he goes up the middle, and Goshi gives him a shoulder and knocks his legs out from underneath him up to the 33-yard line.
That was a good call. They went to the off back, the one that they really don't. He's kind of the sleeper back that's out there. You're not thinking about him. You're watching McLaughlin on his passing, his rolling out. You're watching for the dangerous Brown and all. Fullback kind of just gets it on occasion. That's the guy you want to eat up a little bit of territory. But Chardon came up, sealed on it real quickly, and kept the gain so it wasn't too big a herder.
Civic had 5 carries for 16 yards in the first half as McLaughlin goes back to throw. The pocket collapses, and down he goes. Coming up to make the play was Ryan DeWeese on a blitz, and that'll do it. We've played 3 quarters of football, when Solon gets it back. Watch DeWeese again.
Yeah, you had pressure coming from the whole middle there. You know, DeWeese just happened to be the beneficiary of getting the seam to get to the quarterback.
Well, Solon controlled the first half of the third quarter. Chardon has controlled the latter part, and we have played 3 quarters of football here at BW, and we're tied up at 14-14. We begin quarter up at 14, 3rd down and 32. They air it out for Carter, and he's open, and Makar with a beautiful defensive play. Oh my, that was going to be right into the hands of Grant Carter, and Scott Makar just did get a paw on it and knocked it away.
I'll tell you, if he didn't get that, as you say, paw on it, that would have been 6 points, because there was nobody else that would have been able to cut off Carter's speed, and he was behind Makar a little bit, but he leaped, got his timing right, and just swatted that one away at the end. Chardon defense came through with help from the Solon group, of course.
Boy, what a terrific play there. Jeff Bowling to punt. And that will take a Solon bounce, and Makar does the wise thing and gets the heck out of the way. Unfortunately for Chardon, takes a huge Solon roll on this icy turf, and they're going to let it continue to roll. And it's rolling.
I don't know. Can you aid it by...
They're wishing it another 5 yards.
Well, they pretty much got 5 yards of that slow roll.
At the 6, that was a huge punt. I don't know exactly where the ball was because they moved the sticks already, but gee whiz, that was a 50, 60-yarder there. Well, all the way down to the 15-yard line, but the good news is Chardon's got the football back in all kinds of time, and with their ball-controlled offense, see if they can pop it into the end zone. 11:28 to go in the ball game. We're tied at 14.
Yeah, but they got to get that offense moving again because it was sputtering. They finally got that touchdown in, but it really hasn't performed that well this half. They got to get it on track, start to generate the yardage like they can.
I think the Solon defense has showed why they're 11-0 on this season. They have played very well tonight. 1st down and 10. It's Renner, and Renner just pushing people all the way up to the 25, close to the 26-yard line. That'll be, looks to be just shy of a first down.
Watch him. He gets behind big Ken Hardesty, follows him. Look at Hardesty holding his block, driving 44, the inside linebacker off that. Pancake time. Renner just got off his tail and followed him right downfield for an excellent gain.
Derek Adams in a lonely spot there as he was backpedaling and couldn't catch his balance, and he had big old
Kent's
260 leaning on you. 2nd down. This is a great opportunity now. 2nd down and a yard.
Anything you want. The whole offense, it looks like he's audibleizing here.
The Solon defense makes a shift up front too as Makar goes in motion. They run the left side, they put it on the deck, but they recover it. Oh, Gary Renner put it down, and it bounced right back up to him, and he covered it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was very fortunate. Hopefully we can see on the replay. Yep, it just bounces, but unfortunately it bounced out in front of him where he was able to pounce on it.
And smart enough to pounce on it, not try to pick it up and run with it, because that could be disastrous also.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to be doing that. I thought he was going to lay there for a little bit because he came down hard on top of that ball. Might have got the wind knocked out of him, but he bounced right up from that.
1st down and 10. The ball's at the 35-yard line. So Chardon with some breathing room now. Clock continues to run. 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game. We're tied at 14. Whiting. Again, they hand it up the middle. And not much doing there. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah, that was about it.
That was Renner once again.
Tried to run it off that right side again. Solon just filled the gaps there, didn't allow it, took away, shot at Renner's feet, knocked him out from underneath him before he could really generate much of a head of steam. Leaned forward, got about his yard out of that.
2nd down, 9. Again, Chardon taking their time in the huddle. They've been called for a delay only one time tonight, but boy, it sure seems like they've been close. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, they're like counting players or something.
They did stop the clock with 9:52 to go.
I don't know exactly what, but I saw 2 of them kind of poke it. No, Chardon called a timeout.
On the far sideline, let me get the glasses out. It looks like Renner's having some equipment problems on the far side. They're doing something to him over there as he's got his hands on top of his head and they're poking around his chest. I'm not sure if his shoulder pads let loose or what, but the officials gave him the benefit of the doubt for a second or two, and then they said, well, if you want him in a game, you got to take a timeout, and that's what they chose to do.
Well, hopefully they can get it fixed during this timeout and get him out there, or they just wasted a timeout.
Yeah, you hate to take a timeout in this situation, but they obviously felt that they needed him in the ball game at that point.
Yeah, I can't really get a view of what they're doing there.
I can't either. All I see Dan Hoffman and Bob Doyle in there. They've got his jersey lifted up and now. Yep.
They got it fixed, whatever it was. Wardrobe adjustments are made. We're ready to play ball again.
Timeout for wardrobe adjustment. 2nd down and 9 now. The clock has stopped because of the timeout, so Chardon has used 1 timeout. Solon still has all 3 of theirs left. 2nd down and 9 for the Hilltoppers. Trying to drive down the field and take the lead here. Brazes goes in motion. Whiting going to keep it, and he slips and falls. That's unfortunate. Slipped and fell down at the 40-yard line. Coming up to make the play was Mike Serp.
Yeah, got it up. Good gain again, though. We're sitting there 3rd, roughly 4.
Baldwin Wallace has a big ball game here Saturday as they take on John Carroll. They're hoping that the field thaws out for tomorrow, but it's getting worse as the night progresses. You can see on the field the shiny spots, like just to the right of the 50-yard line there, you see an icy patch. Most of the players, I should say all the players, have tennis shoes on, or basketball shoes. What do we got?
Somebody jumps.
Well, Neal snapped the football, but somebody was diving over the left side of the line. And illegal procedure is the call against Chardon, and that hurts. Turns a 3rd down and 4 into a 3rd down and 9. Watch it again. Neal it looked like he almost lost his balance up there.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he snapped the ball early. Well, I guess he must have moved before he snapped it, though, or there would have been a penalty called in that one. Must have just, like you said, just kind of leaned forward, lost his balance of that.
Kevin Platts is back into the ball game. Third down and 9. Montgomery goes in motion. They fake the delay. Whiting rolls out, looks underneath. The pass is caught by Brazes. He's up to midfield and he puts the ball on the deck and it goes out of bounds, thankfully for Chardon, at the 47-yard line.
Big play. I'll tell you, Chardon's getting the breaks now. That's like 3 fumbles here, and fortunately all of them are coming right back to one of their own players or out of bounds or whatever.
How did he thread the needle on that pass?
I don't know. I was kind of waiting to see who started running downfield. I wasn't sure if it was intercepted or caught from the vantage point we're at here.
I tell you what, Zach looked like he was down when he dropped that ball. Both of his knees hitting and the ball comes squirting out. Couldn't see if he was juggling it from behind, but on that replay certainly looked like he was down already.
Yeah, but there wasn't a whistle blown, so I think if it had been recovered by a Solon player, it would have been their ball.
You are correct. 1st down and 10. And we got movement again.
I didn't really see movement. They're pointing like somebody on the right side of Chardon moved, but to be quite honest, I didn't see any movement. See if we can see something right here. Legal
procedure is the call. There it was.
There it is.
Right guard. So that cost Chardon another 5. 1st down and 15 now.
Yeah, you got to cut these penalties out. The offense is moving and stuff, but when you start making it rather than 10 yards for a 1st down, making it 15, and that becomes pretty much routine, you're going to eventually just stall where actually you are performing well.
The ball is at the Chardon 48-yard line. 1st down and 10 now, or 1st and 15, excuse me. It's a quick hitter up the middle, and it's Renner again, and he got back to 5 yards plus 1. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. So it was a nice 1st down run there by Gary Renner.
Yeah, very much so. Like you said, that makes it just like your 1st down play was a 1-yard gain. That's respectable at least, getting back those 5 on the penalty. Yeah, they got to just establish something. Clock is working in their favor right now. You know, the way they sustain it, they're across the midfield stripe down to about the 46 with 8:25 left in the clock. Another 5 minutes on this drive would really make it tough on Solon if they can push it in the end zone.
Whiting keeps it, pitches it back to Brazes, turns the corner and gets flung out of bounds and slides about 4 yards. And somebody got, I don't know if they got nailed on the sideline or if that, no, that was the linebacker, or I should say the nose tackle, Chris Wiggins. I keep thinking he's a linebacker wearing number 30. He's a nose tackle. Wiggins waited and played the pitch well, and then went after Brazes.
Probably got a good angle here.
Ouch.
Yeah, kind of, I'll tell you, that ground is hard. It's like playing on concrete out there.
Just a wacky week for both of these schools, especially Chardon with no school, trying to get everybody together for practices, trying to find a place to practice. Just a nightmarish week, but two teams playing pretty darn well. Renner left side bursts through the middle and is close to another first down, and I think he's got it down at the 22-yard line.
Oh yeah, I think he's got it by a good 2 yards. Well, they marked it back, like you said, about to the 22, but it's still first down as they're moving the ball ahead.
Shannon Anderson on the tackle. You know, one thing we talked to Bob Doyle about last week was the fact of the weight training that this team puts on, and exactly in situations like this, the fact that they get to the fourth quarter, they hope they've got the stamina and the strength to move the football against a darn good football team, and that's exactly what they're doing right here, and you wonder how much of a factor that is. Again, they go to Renner, and Renner ran right into Matt Anderson and might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did a good job doing that as he was hitting the backfield a little bit, just kind of lowered it rather than trying to break it for the big play. Just takes it and minimizes the damage that was done in that, getting back up to the line. Well, actually, I think they might have moved him ahead a couple inches or so.
Well, this is a game of inches, and maybe they'll need that.
Yeah, that could be the one.
We'll still call it second down and 10. Coming up on 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Doshi is in at tight end on the right side. Brazes goes in motion. Whiting keeps it, pitches it to Brazes. Brazes is to the 20. Look at that collision down to the 16-yard line. And man, it hurts on a night like tonight. Todd Kranick was also there with Mike
Big collision, though, was
Cerf.
his own teammate, Scott Mackar. As you see, Brazes come, Mackar's downfield block, and you see Brazes pow right into Mackar. Say, what are you doing here? Wait, we're wearing the same jerseys here. Can I back off? But Mackar was downfield doing his job, blocking as he should. That's what opens up the yardage for Brazes, the downfield blocking by his teammates.
Third down and 4 from the 16. Chardon needs to get to the 12 for a first down. Renner is single setback behind Whiting. And it's Renner. Tries to turn the corner and doesn't get it. Coming up to make the play was Derek Adams. And he picked up a couple of yards there, all the way down to the 14-yard line. And now it's a fourth down. Fourth down. What are you doing here? Scott Mackar comes into the ball game. I don't know if he's got a kicking tee in his hand or not.
I would assume
Chardon's
he would.
going to take a timeout.
Yeah, they want to think about this one.
All right, what do you think? I'm looking. Let's see what the.
Let's see. We're 6 minutes left in the game. You know, Solon with that super speed and all that, they can just strike so quickly. You know, so time really isn't a factor here. It's the thing of, will 3 points win it, or do you need the 7? That's where the decision's going. Quite honestly, you've got a little rough angle for Mackar.
31-yard attempt would be the play.
He's going to have to pull the ball a little bit over to his left, being a right-footed kicker. It's not a real easy kick from that hash mark. It's a little easier from the other side. I don't know. I don't know what team he's got on the field right now. Since you got both Montgomery, who's the holder, you got Mackar, and both of them are on the field routinely anyhow. It's hard to tell if he's got his kicking team out there or not. I think he's going for it, though.
It'll be fourth down and 2 yards to go, a long 2. And that's the way it looks. Chardon's going to give it a go here. 6 minutes and 2 seconds into left in the fourth quarter. Whiting going to keep it. Turns the corner. He's to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown!
Well.
Oh, my. What a play on fourth down and 2. They were looking Renner up the middle all the way, John, and Whiting kept it and sprinted into the end zone.
Well, there's no question. That was the right decision, wasn't it?
Just like we thought.
Incredible, yeah. And And I think the placement on the field for the field goal was the deciding factor in that one, where it was a tough angle. When you get in that close and you got it on the far hash mark, it's tough to kick there because it like magnifies the tightness of those goalposts up there. Excellent play call, though, by Coach Doyle.
Scott Mackar in to attempt the point after. And the kick is good. So at the 5:57 mark, but we do have a flag.
No, I don't think the kick was. I think they waved off the kick.
Wow.
It was no good.
Is that exciting
what the flag
or what?
is. Procedure, Chardon.
Chardon's first lead of the night comes at the 5:57 mark here in the fourth quarter. Now Scott Mackar will put the football down at the 15. So in essence, it becomes a 25-yard field goal. The snap's a good one, and Scott's kick is good. So at the 5:57 mark, Brett Whited goes in from 14 yards out, and Chardon on top of the Solon Comets by a score of 21-14. That was a heck of a drive. It started all the way back at the 14-yard line, I think.
Oh, excellent, especially since they really hadn't established their offense much this half. Solon's defense, like you say, was playing extremely well. They took Chardon out of it. Chardon just sunk deep, and they take the first lead of the game they've had so far.
Now, the big question here is, how do you approach this kick? We've seen them kick it out of bounds. We've seen them short kick it where Solon, frankly, made a mistake. We've seen them skitter it up the field, and anytime Solon's had a chance to return it, they've picked up significant yardage and started in excellent field position. What do you do now?
I think I'd run it along the ground. Somehow get one of the up men. Kick it on the ground towards one of the up guys. Give it to them on the 35, 40-yard line. That's fine. You can't. Those two deep guys are so dangerous. Kicking it out of bounds, they've already shown. They've refused it one time, made Chardon kick it again. Fortunately for Chardon, they got the break that time as one of the up men knocked it out of bounds.
The last time they skittered that ball, Grant picked it up and brought it all the way to midfield.
Well,
did you get really crazy here with an onside kick?
No.
And give them the ball anyway at the 45-yard line. They've been starting there all day.
No, I think you try to kick it, get like your number 7, or I can't see what the number 30 over here. Try to kick it, get those guys a handle. Aim it so it kind of bounces their way where they really don't have any choice.
Brown and Carter back deep, and again they kick it toward the sideline, taken by an up man at the 30, and he is up near the 38, 39-yard line, and that's where the Solon Comets will take over. They've got 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game, and they trail by 7.
I think that's the right decision there, though. You may give up maybe 10 yards more than you really want to on the kick, but it's guaranteed that you're not going to get burnt for the big one. You're giving up a little bit of yardage. It's more conservative and all. But I'll tell you, those deep guys with their blazing speed are just so dangerous.
Grant Carter comes split to the near side. Joe Edwards to the far side. I formation behind McLaughlin. They hand the ball to Brown. Straight up the gut he goes, and he falls forward to near the 46-yard line. So a gain of 7 on the play. Nick Goshi comes up off the bottom of the pile for Chardon.
Yeah, they kind of did that roundabout. Almost made it look like it was going to be an end sweep. Then they cut it back against the grain, cut it off a guard almost, the left guard position there for Solon. That's kind of a winding. That's getting people to commit and respect the speed of Brown outside while opening up the hole towards the interior line.
2nd down and 3. They run the option. McLaughlin wishes he pitched it because he loses yardage. Ryan DeWeese knocked him down all the way back to the 43-yard line.
And I'll
Huge
tell you,
defensive play there.
Watch, Beeler is sealing. You see him coming up, taking care of Brown. You see it right there in your picture there. That's what set that play up. You force McLaughlin to take that ball, and he didn't have any other option. DeWeese settled in on the guy he was supposed to settle in on. Beeler came up, took the guy he was supposed to contain. That's the way to stop an option play. 3rd
down and about 5. Ball's at the 43-yard line. Big play here for the Chardon defense. McLaughlin hands it to Brown. Straight up the gut. He's got the 1st down and more. He's into Chardon territory with a fine move. Montgomery falls down, and Brown goes by him for a touchdown. Oh, my.
confidence. That just shows the explosiveness of him. He's got start. All of a sudden he goes from a dead stop there and just the jets turn on and he just outpowers you with pure speed. As you see that just leg, little dip inside, get the guy to commit on that and just outburn him to the end zone.
Wow, a minute and 30 seconds later, Solon has an opportunity to tie the ball game. Terrence Brown rumbles 57 yards and used the icy surface and knowing where he was going to his advantage. Eric Montgomery tried to cruise over there just to get in his way and then ended up slipping and falling down. The extra point attempt by Bradley is a huge one. And the line drive kick is through. So at the 4:27 mark here in the ball game, we are tied up at 21-21. So Chardon's first lead of the game doesn't last all that long.
No, but I tell you that we got one whale of a ball game here. You can see him. Gosh, he just pretty much comes to almost a straight stop 2-3 times. Just keeps cutting, weeding his way. A lot of that is induced by them respecting his speed. You see Montgomery kind of just wheels back, looking for the cut back there, and then he just got that instant burst where he just accelerates so rapidly, straight from the first step on.
So Chardon will get the football back with plenty of time left, 4 minutes. 27 seconds to go.
One timeout left for Chardon. But like you said, 4.5 minutes, that's enough time to get it down there. You don't want to give it too much time because, well, Brown showed you right there what Solon could do on just one play.
Todd Bradley to kick off. Back deep for Chardon. Scott Mackar is back along with Zach Brazes.
Boy, he gives nice kickoffs too. Nice, high, deep, gets his coverage team time to get downfield.
Line drive kick will skip on the turf and go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So Chardon will have 80 yards ahead of them to get into the end zone, or probably more like 60 to 65 to give Scott Mackar an opportunity.
Yeah, you always got that option. And then when you got down there, that's why just the fact that they have one timeout is so important, because you always like to keep that one for that field goal attempt. Either that, or depending on the situation, you might just burn a pass play, incomplete, stop the clock. It's always nice to have a luxury of 2 to 3 timeouts going into the final 4 minutes or so.
First down and 10. They give it to Renner, and Renner tries the left side and picks up a couple.
Another consideration, like going back to the Solon, this is something that's got to be reinforced. Sent in from the bench, protect that ball, cover it with 2 hands, make sure. Because like I said, this Solon defense is an opportunistic stripping defense. So you got to make sure that you don't make the mistake that could just give the ball right back to him. Good gain by Renner that time.
Second down and 8 yards to go. Gain of 2 on the last play. Whiting to throw. Looks downfield for Platts, and
what a
he
catch.
did not come up with it. Had it and lost it as he came down on the ground. On the coverage for Solon was Mike McLaughlin. And that'll bring up a third down and long. We may have a flag on the play. Illegal procedure is the call against the Hilltoppers.
Where did he get up in there? There you go. That hand snuck in there and just ripped it away. He actually, Platts did have that ball. It was just good defensive plays. You see the defender going in and ripping the ball out.
They will decline the penalty, and that'll bring up a third down and 8 for the Hilltoppers. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. The crowd below yelling for the defense to rise up for Solon.
Yeah, big play for both defense of Solon as well as the offense of Chardon.
Whiting going to run the option. Pitches it back to Brazes. Tries to turn the corner and can't do it. Mike Zerp came up and made the play. And a punting situation coming up for Solon.
Yeah, you're going to have to get a good one here. Get that ball again. You don't want to get it height is probably more important than distance. A good 20, 25-yard punt that's got plenty of hang time where you get the coverage and not allow the big return is probably better than a longer line drive kick, as you got number 1 and number 7, McLaughlin and Terrence Brown back deep.
Renner stands at his 10. The snap's a good one. He's going to angle it toward the sideline, and oh, that's lousy. Hate to say it, but Gary shanked that one, and as soon as he kicked it, he knew it. That all the way down to the 32-yard line, and when you've got a Todd Bray on the bench for Solon as your kicker, you're not too far out of field goal range there.
I tell you, he does have a foot, and it's the point of the game where he can come into play. Hopefully Chardon defense can hold him at this point and not allow him any yardage whatsoever, or even push him back or get the big turnover.
Gary tried to angle it toward the sideline, and the angle was just a little too sharp. And now Solon gets the ball back in great field position, 1st down and 10. And it's Brown, skitters across the 30 and down near the 27-yard line. Picked up about 5.
Yeah, it's not the type of gain that Chardon defense wants to allow at this juncture of the game. You got to hold him. As you can see, he does get a hold. Goodwin's trying to fight off the blocker there. Can't get him away big enough. Goshi in an attack. I can't see who is hanging around his legs. Big play time for this Chardon defense, though.
2nd down, 5. Edwards to the near side, Carter to the far side. Long count. Fullback Civic runs into a brick wall and goes nowhere. Nick Goshi came up and played that one nicely.
Yeah, that was, like you said, he getting back to the line basically. Well, I guess they gave him a gain of a yard. From this vantage point, even on the replay, it doesn't look like he got much of anything there.
So 3rd down and 4.
Again, could we be going to the right side here to try to center it a little bit?
Well, Solon's going to need to get a 1st down, because if they don't, it'll be over a 40-yard attempt. 2-down territory. And it's Brown, and he weaves his way up the middle, and he breaks a tackle, and he's down inside the 20 to the 16 and 17-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Now they're definitely in field goal territory.
Again, that's that instant acceleration as he kind of comes to the line, stops, cuts back, and just bursts forward for the big gain for Solon.
This time it's Edwards to the far side, Carter to the near side. 1st down and 10. The ball is at the 17-yard line of Chardon. We're tied at 21. Minute 15 to go in the ball game. It's Brown again. Gets grabbed, gets thrown down behind the line of scrimmage, finally shoved out of bounds and over a snowbank. And he'll be thrown out of bounds all the way back to the 20, so a loss of 3. Nope, actually now they're going to bring it right back to the line of scrimmage. They keep moving the sticks on me on the far side. I can't keep track of it. A loss of 3 just became now a loss of 1, so 2nd down 11. Clock stops, 51 seconds to go, and Solon will take a timeout. Solon led at 7-0 in the 1st quarter. Chris Wiggins went in from a yard out. Then we had to move all the way to the 9:37 mark of the 2nd quarter. Brett Weidig on a quarterback sneak tied it at 7, and that's where we stood at the half. 3rd quarter, couple of touchdowns. To 5:57 mark, it was Grant Carter from Mike McLaughlin, 44 yards. That made it 14-7. And then at the 1:02 mark of the 3rd quarter, Gary Renner on a 9-yard run tied the ball game at 14. We moved to the 4th quarter, 5:57 to go. Chardon took their first lead of the night when Brett Weidig went in from 14 yards out. Makar tacked on the PAT. Then Chardon led at 21-14 and was looking pretty good at that point. But a minute and a half later, at the 4:27 mark, it was a 57-yard run by Terrence Brown, and that tied the ball game up at 21 apiece. And that's where we sit right now with 51 seconds to go in the game. We are tied at 21, and it's a 2nd down and 11 for the Comets.
Yeah, we got to start looking at this. We're right now at the 35-yard field goal range.
McLaughlin to throw, looking for the underneath man, and it is incomplete.
Boy, he did have him open for a moment there. He just overthrew the ball again. Like I said, we're down to 46 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down, we're getting close. I'm guessing that they're probably handed off inside, try to get that 35-yard field goal, gain 4 or 5 out of that, knock it down to the 30-yard field goal range. And again, try to center that ball as best they can.
That was Eric Montgomery on the coverage of Devin Petronak. So 3rd down and 11. The ball is at the 18-yard line. This time Carter split to the far side, Edwards to the near side, and they do go with Brown trying to turn the corner, being chased by Goodwin, and does not get the first down, but more importantly is down near the 10-yard line. Goodwin was streaking across the field, and he is down on the field. See, he hit that concrete. Watch it again.
Yeah,
ooh,
it
right
comes
on
down
that
hard.
right shoulder.
You can just see it when you see these players come, hit, and bounce. You know that ground is hard. Now, where exactly they got the ball spotted? About the 12, is that?
Actually, that's not. Goodwin got up, but now there's another Chardon player down.
Can't see who that is.
And the ball will be spotted at the 11. Officials timeout. Goodwin, who hits here, he got back up, so it may, who is, trying to see who that was. Might be Ken Fester, number 42, was the last man to hit. He may have taken a shoot of the chops there.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I saw a couple of the Chardon players hit the ground rather hard.
Well, walking on this field before the ball game, the parking lot was looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, actually, you know, that's Ryan Davis who's down. Thought that might be Ken, but that's Ryan Davis. Good news is he's sitting up, and now they'll scoop him up off the deck and take him off the field. The Chardon defense went, or the special teams went sprinting to the far side. I don't know if they're going to take their last time out here or not. Nope. Referees calling them back onto the playing field. What a lonely feeling for Todd Bradley. His kicking tee sits at the 16.5-yard line. So a 26.5-yard, we'll call it 27-yard field goal to put Solon up on top, and Chardon, on a night where no ice is needed, will ice the kicker anyhow.
Oh, yeah, you have to. There's 33 seconds left. This is the game right here. You know, if he makes it, it's Solon's ball game. If he doesn't make it, we go into OT. Boy, this has been a well-played game by both these schools. They represented their whole school system extremely well. Done a super job. For the most part, played an air-free football, a couple balls going, but that's understandable on this hard thing. Couple penalties, but overall, extremely well-played game, and just super job by both these guys.
I agree with you there. Two of the finer schools in the area.
Yeah, one of them
former members of the CVC.
Rivals for years, and hopefully there's continue scheduling each other, because this is just a good, hard-played rivalry, and both teams put out good programs year after year, and this is the type of game you get.
I think you do, just for the points alone. Each team racks up a lot of points. If you can be lucky enough to win that ball game that year, you're heading for the playoffs. 27-yard attempt. The kick has the distance, and it is good. Todd Bradley drills the field goal with 29 seconds to go in the ball game. And Solon has jumped out to a 24-21 lead. Wow, he drilled that. There was no question about the distance of that one, John. It was just a matter of how straight it was.
Mentioned earlier, he's definitely got a strong leg. We can see that well. Chardon's got to go into the desperation category. It's just kind of put the ball. I'm sure you're going to see people like Carter and Brown playing real deep there. These are the guys that, if you give them enough room back, they'll get the angle to cut off a super big play. Got to throw it underneath, try to get it downfield as best you can. No timeouts for Chardon. It's going to be difficult. Going to be very, very difficult.
Byron Morgan in the middle of the special teams huddle there, telling the guys, look, there's still 29 seconds to go here. We have not won the ball game yet.
Yeah, you got to make sure that the team stays focused.
Doggone right. Back deep, Zach braces Scott Mackar to receive the kick of Todd Bradley, who the last time thumped a line driver up the middle that skipped into the end zone, and Chardon had to settle for getting the ball on their own 20-yard line. Bradley in his huddle, as you look at Zach Braces, waiting back, hoping that he can maybe return one of those kicks. Bradley with a clutch field goal with 29 seconds to go.
Well, I tell you, with the timeout and all, like you said, it is clutch.
And a line drive kick skips down. And
wasn't his knee down?
Yes, it was. So Ken Fester receives that ball, catches it with his knee down. No time goes off the clock. They'll spot it at the 26-yard line. And Chardon got a long way to go in a short amount of time.
Be kind of interesting to see the type of defense that Solon does play. Sure, like I said, at free safety, you're going to have Terrence Brown quite a bit deep. He's going to be playing a real deep prevent center field. Actually, number 6, McLaughlin, is a little bit behind him.
They're not going to let anybody get behind them. They're going to be deeper than the deepest.
Yeah, they're 20 to 24 yards downfield.
Whiting under center on a first down. He goes back to throw. They only rush 4. Airs it out, looking downfield, and the ball is batted down. Joe Edwards just knocked that ball away from Eric Montgomery at the 48-yard line, and that'll bring up a second down.
Yeah, you might be better off dropping somebody underneath and grabbing a couple of quick 15, 20-yarders and try to open it up. Hopefully somebody will cheat in the inside and try to take that away from you rather than streaking and doing the fly patterns downfield. Use the sidelines, get out of bounds, throw it over in that direction. Solon takes a timeout.
So Solon takes a timeout, second down and 10. More importantly, only 24 seconds to go in the ball game. The Solon Comets, who handed Chardon their only loss of the season, are staring another victory against the Hilltoppers right in the face.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that a season ends for a team. You know, I mean, the success that both of these squads have had throughout the season, one of them, and it's looking at the moment like it's going to be Chardon, is going to go through this feeling of utter disappointment and all that. In a week or so, when they reflect back on it, they'll realize their accomplishments and the great things they've done this year. But I tell you, it's just a very bad, hurting feeling at the end. You know, you feel like your whole world's collapsed on you, and you really are a worthless team. But that's far from the truth.
Second down and 10. 24 seconds to go. 2 wideouts in the ball game as Whiting goes back to throw again. Solon only rushes 4. Whiting zips it, and the pass is almost intercepted. Terrence Brown had it and lost it. And 2 more plays remain for Chardon.
Well, this is where you could use an Elway who could throw the ball about 75 yards downfield. I'll tell you, looking at a replay, Whiting can really air that ball out.
Yep.
Was that a good 40 or so in the air?
Pretty close to that.
But when you got your safeties starting out at 25-yard deeps, it's tough to complete a pass in that neighborhood. "19 seconds left on the clock."
Third down and 10 is Whiting to throw again. Underneath pass is intercepted. Joe Edwards, who's been all over the ball in the defensive backfield all night, picks that pass off, and that'll do it. All Solon will have to do is snap the football, take a knee, and head to the semifinals.
Yep, well, they're going to have to take on one of the Akron teams, either Bucknell or Springfield, whoever wins that ball game tonight.
So they switch footballs, a formality. They bring the Solon football in. They take the Chardon football off.
Well, we got to congratulate that Chardon team on a tremendous football season. Well, just heard in the headset it will be Bucknell. I guess somebody has a score down in the booth.
Solon takes a knee, and that will do it. Congratulations to the Solon Comets as they make it to the state semifinals. Byron Morgan and his staff down below celebrating, and unfortunately for Bob Doyle and the troops of Chardon, their road through the playoffs ends right here. And what a great couple of years these seniors have had, John, as they started as sophomores winning the state title and have been back in the playoffs both years.
Yes, you got to give it to them. I mean, it's just incredible. A lot of teams don't even make the playoffs. Here these guys who are seniors this year start out as sophomore state champ, semifinalists last year, quarterfinalists this year. Just a tremendous program here. Next year's team's going to be back again.
Well, that's going to do it from here. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's ball game. Tonight's presentation of Chardon Hilltopper football has been brought to you by Troy Innovative Instruments, Inc., 17039 Rapids Road, Burton, 44021. Boswick's True Value Hardware, Chardon Plaza, 286-7155. By Security Federal Savings and Loan Association, Chardon Plaza, 285-2111. Since 1916, building the American dream. By Quay Buick and Suzuki, Cleveland and Shaker Heights, 721-6000. Quality begins with QUA. Friedaball Well Drilling Company, 1-800-582-5479 for water and gas wells, pumping systems, water conditioning systems. By Clemson Excavating, commercial, industrial, residential, general excavating, roadwork, demolition, and sewers. By Bill Spear Chrysler Plymouth Incorporated, Ohio's only 29-time winner of Award for Excellence, Route 6 east of the Square. By A.J. Goulder Electric Company, Concord, Ohio, 354-2880, industrial commercial experts. By Sitco, manufacturer of precision diamond and CBN tooling. By Chardon Dairy Queen, the treat capital of Chardon. By the Quality Auto Group, Buick, Olds, Pontiac, GMC Truck. Our name says it all, Route 6 east of the Square. By Lawson Ford and Mercury, largest Ford and Mercury dealer in the Tri-County area for sales, service, leasing, and parts. By Ken's Transport Incorporated, bulk haulers, 17444 Gar Highway, Montville. And by GTV, Post Office Box 336, Chardon, Ohio, 44024. Tonight's game also brought to you by Waste Management of Ohio Western Reserve, residential, commercial, industrial, first in service, Tri-County area. By Howder's Lawn and Sports Center, your Cub Cadet headquarters. There's 2 locations at 415 Water Street in Chardon. Give them a call, 286-1041, and in Middlefield, 15711 West High Street, 632-5997. Stop in and see our full line of Cub Cadet power equipment. By Kinetico, where the world turns for water. Innovative drinking water systems, non-electric water conditioners and filters for improving your water. 1-800-554-9673. By Chuck Oles Chevrolet Geo Pontiac. You'll like the way we do business. 1 mile east of the Chardon Square on Route 6, 286-9000. By Chardon Eagles, Geauga Erie, 2261, 317 Water Street in Chardon. By Junction Auto Sales, Chrysler, Dodge, and Eagle, dependability since 1931, 286-6161. And by Newman, Leary, and Bryce, attorneys and counselors at law, 214 East Park Street in Chardon, 286-9549. Well, that's going to do it from Finney Stadium here at Baldwin Wallace. For my partner, John Walsh, for statistician and spotter, Red Jevnikar, and for our booth helper, Kyle Walsh, I'm Craig D. saying so long. Such a pleasure to be with you again this year on Chardon Hilltopper football. Hopefully we'll be around to do all this again next year. Until we meet again, please be safe, and we'll talk soon. Have a good night, everybody.